Happy birthday. Oh, I know. She's like, we have a deal. We have a deal. I know she wants those treaties. She wants those. She's like, we had a deal. If I wear the silly hat, I get my birthday treat. Good girl. It is Cinnamon's birthday. My big little Virgo. She is, excuse me, she's exactly 1 year today. So I'm glad I got to share that with you. So yeah, I got her a silly hat. It's a chew toy, but it can be worn too. And of course, one of her favorite treats, one of these little chicken chew things. Yes, there's another one. You got it, baby. You got it. Thank you for wearing this silly hat for mama. Hey guys, what's going on? Yes, happy birthday to Cinnamon. Changed our lives. This girl did. 1 year old, I can't believe it. 55 pounds. Oh my gosh, all the energy though, and all the love. I'll tell you what. But she is a husky, even though she's quite quiet. She has all that lovely energy that she brings to the house, and I absolutely love her for that. You guys, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Oh my gosh, what a whirlwind of activity since that announcement and last Sunday. You guys, just thank you all so much from the heart for your lovely thoughts and appreciative comments and well wishes, and it means the world to me. It really does. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate your having taken the time to celebrate this kind of pivotal change in my life and where it's going. And I will still be in touch with you all. Yeah, I'll still be here. But check-ins only. So just to recap, for those who might have missed it or forgotten, next week will be our last round of in-depth reads. And then we will move over to the check-in system as of September 15th. As of September 15th, we will be doing check-in readings for Sundays and Thursdays, right? But next week, and what did people choose? I knew. Of course I knew. It was just logical, really. Intuition had nothing to do with it. It was just logical. I mean, the 3-month review. It wasn't a landslide, but it was clearly the winner. Clearly the winner of the 3 months. So next week, we'll be doing a 3-month review for all signs, October, November, December. Of course, we'll do a sun and tower check like we typically do. But yeah, it was really cool stuff I saw there, guys. I loved it. It's one of the benefits of doing a 3-month review. Sometimes you see a continuous flow of thought, feeling, or action. And sometimes you get specific segments, Either way, it's all good. I'm happy to do so. And I just want to reassure folks, the kind of readings that you have gotten used to saying around here, I'm going to convert those into check-in format. Okay, so you have not seen the last of Intimate Tarot. We're going to do a check-in version of it eventually. Aces, all that stuff. Because I'm not done with those readings. People still find them helpful. And speaking of Intimate Tarot, in the vote, I have to say, it did me proud. It did me proud. It was a strong second, Intimate Tarot was. Thank you. That was so cool. I really appreciate you for that. But yeah, a lot of those full in-depth reads that you are used to, I'm going to convert them, There's no reason I can't modify them into a check-in version. You bet. All right, you guys, let's see, what else? Oh, yes, of course, the standard. What are we doing today? We are going to do a general overview or 369 for our check-in today. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not, right? If nothing resonates at all, check other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. We'll put down our baseline, some advice cards, some oracles, and even some charms. You guys, I will see you at your sign. Leo, you're up first. What is going on, please, for Leo? Show me Leo, please. What's going on? Show me Leo. Show me Leo. Show me Leo. What's going on? Show me Leo, please. Oh, of course you got the hat off. Of course you did. Oh, I'm surprised, though, she's just not tearing it apart. What's going on? Show me Leo, please. Ten of Wands. Ten of Swords. Oh my, that's a bit much, honey. Ace of Cups. Oh my. What is weighing so heavily in your heart, honey? That's a bit much. The Star, Three of Cups, the King of Pentacles. And yet we have a turnaround, so this is good. We're going to change the energies. Good. I want you to. We need to. Let's do it. Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords. Don't get me wrong. You got stuff to keep you busy. I'm not saying you don't, clearly. Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Ouch. A lot of heaviness in there. It's like you're mourning something in your heart, a bereavement, Okay. But it's fresh. It's present day. It's still ongoing. You know, some traditional tarologists would see those double tens like that, the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, and be like, well, you're on the precipice to roll into an ace. And the Ace of Cups is here, but it's really how your beautiful heart hurts so very much. Okay? I see those tens, and I see the possibility for a beginning. It kind of depends on you, and if that's you, and that's only if it's you being able to recognize, is your heart finished with this? Okay? It's really heavy. I do not know what it is that you carry in there, but it's a lot. And it's still current. It's not resolved. The question is, do you want it to be? Where are you with this? Are you done with it? Is it done with you? Specifically your feeling. You're going to have to answer that question in time, which I see you addressing down here. Now, let's slide over to this segment really quick, and yet hope remains. Literally. The Star, Three of Cups, King of Pentacles. There is a grounded side to you, a practical side to you that would still long for something. Connect with it emotionally, specifically. Still dream for it, desire for it, pull for it. And you kind of look at yourself in a way that suggests you are pleased at the idea of it. You could bring it together. You could connect with it. It looks personal, but simple. Somehow, that kind of sense of happiness here and possibly connecting to something that is important to you, that desire, somehow it feels outside the realm of this. This is external. When you pull yourself aside and you pay attention to your wants and your desires, you feel yourself emotionally at least reaching outwards, and you can even see the real world activity of it with the King of Pentacles there. And it pleases you. It seems to be outside this realm of pain. That which is not done, but continues to be carried in the heart. And when you kind of extract yourself outside of that, you see a very different version of yourself. One that is much lighter and pleased, happy, content. Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Knight of Swords. I see you in that space of, are you done with this? You kind of answered the question for me in your own way. Another 10 here, Ten of Pentacles, your foundation, Three of Wands, Knight of Swords. I see you taking direct action towards your foundation and saying, this is where my efforts are needed the most at this time. And as you continue to work through your foundation and provide some very strong action-oriented energy, which is not vague, okay, you're kind of saying, I will look to myself for a solution further out regarding this. These two are absolutely related. This portion is where I see you as a pleased individual with the prospect of connecting to something that makes you happy. What that is up to you. I would encourage it, simply because it seems to bring some lightness into your life. Brightness too. What that connection is, reconnecting, celebration, I don't know. But I like the way it lightens you, like I said. Because down here it's business as usual, but I will look to myself to solve this. I have no absolutes on this one. Okay? It's going to be worked through in time, especially as you literally put yourself through your foundation to help you discern these elements up here. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Show me the advice for Leo. Let's get some advice, please, for Leo. Let's go ahead and shake them out. Six of Cups. What about it? Ten of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Six of Wands. It's interesting. Strong soul bond in there. Very strong. Strong heart, confidence, love, and admiration, I would say. Strong sense of admiration. Beautiful energy here. Shared environment, possibly. I have something here that suggests achievement at the same way that you appreciate it, which also suggests to me that you have shared environment with whomever this is. It looks to be largely a positive, loving influence. One that kind of makes us feel good. And there's a whole heart in there. It's solid. The heart space is strong for this. Very. It's appreciative of the past, but stays in the present as well. To my knowledge, this is what we would like to connect with. A deep, open heart that has a similar point of view and appreciations of foundations, stability, shared connectivity, environment, but from a place of love and a respect for nostalgia of the past as well. Six of Cups. Whomever this is, there's a lot of deep feeling between you and them. More than that, roots. You have a lot of shared roots, I believe, with this person. The one I think it would please us greatly to connect to. Okay? I would like more advice on that. But you will figure this out for yourself too. As you continue to take action to what matters, you're looking to yourself about this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So, for those of you who are in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, we are on the precipice of autumn or fall. All right? In other words, right around the corner. For others of you, you're entering your spring and your autumn is a little further out. On a Monday in particular might be important. Okay? And for others of you, this represents a period of within 5 years. Sunrise. Whatever that 5 years is, honey, I don't know. This ache. Looking to yourself for a solution. Within 5 years, obviously, is not necessarily 5 years. It's within it, a time frame that's important. What is this? Is it this? Have you been connected to this for 5 years? There's a 5-year reference in here. That would explain some of the nostalgia. That's for you. Okay. This one's sharp. Got to try to shuffle it away from the mic, yeah? Hierophant energy, the cross, the burden to bear, number 36. Feeling that sense of obligation. To carry many burdens, it's not necessarily a sense of positivity in this deck. It actually denotes negativity. The martyr syndrome. I have to carry this, I have to carry this, I have to carry this, I have to carry this. It is my obligation, it is my responsibility. Not that it's necessarily healthy for me, but hey, I got to. A false person. Number 8. But there's a sense of being deeply tied to the community. I know I've seen that for you. 39 and 8. The Institute. They go hand in hand. The Institute of Commitment, the Institute of Marriage, the Institute of Obligation. One absolutely reinforces the other here. This is what's established by the state, the government. It can't be argued with. This is how things are. It's a false notion. 5 of Swords. I think it's the community here that we're thinking about, the larger extent of things. Okay. No, not that. We're good. Trying to keep folks to 10 minutes. I may or may not be successful in that. You know me and those time goals, honey. Oh my. We have many medallions here today. We have Aries, Gemini. We have the medallion of Pisces in the reverse, the keyword here being intuitive. Yes, please. The medallion of Aquarius in reverse, the keyword here being friendly. Then we have the little bird, the indication of messages. And then we have the letters J, O, and P. Okay. Lena, honey, I hope this helped you. I really want you to lean into this right here, whatever this is. The idea of it connecting to you pleases you. This feels like someone who would understand you. And I just have that feeling you two go way back. And you have a lot of shared sense of priorities. Someone who would understand your vision of connectivity and does not seem to be a weight on your heart. If anything, connect with this for perspective. Something. You are looking at yourself about what to do in future anyway, specifically as it relates to the foundation. Surely this person would have notes for you. I hope it helps you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Sagittarius, please. Show me Sag. Oh, there you are, darling. Right there on the split. Very good. Listening to ourselves intuitively. Fantastic. What's going on? Show me Sag, please. Show me Sag. One more. Show me Sag, please. Two of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Some uncertainty between yourself and someone else. That's all right. Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So right now I got you at a standstill between yourself and someone else. Now don't get me wrong, by all rights are matching frequencies. I have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. They make a lovely pair. But like all lovely pairs, eventually they tune out of each other, they fade out, or they get off the same page. And we're aware of this to some extent. We don't seem to understand how far it goes for at least one person here. Okay. But there is that sense that there is mutual love and appreciation here, particularly appreciation and a sense of worth. I do my part, you do your part. We're a team. You two share that frequency, but it's kind of like we're not seeing it so much these days, Two of Swords. And we kind of question that sense of are we equally giving and taking to this? Are we being equally respectful of each other these days? So it starts out as a simple question, and this is normal. This is very, very normal. Very grounded you two are, and I have no doubt that you two try to keep each other in mind for all the things that are real and practical and reliable in the real world. Okay, so that's heavy nesting home care energy right there. Excuse me. But we have a question here. Two of Swords. Do we still have that same level of respect, or what's going on? Okay. Fast forward a wee bit. Knights of Cups, Eight of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles. You're showing me my energy is not where it used to be, but I'm still here. Ten of Pentacles. So how long it hasn't been there, that's up to you. I don't know. Eight of Cups can be a fleeting feeling and energy. Sometimes it stays for a very long time. But that sense of enthusiasm, passion, hope, you're saying, we've been off. We've been a little off. Or somebody, I'm a little off. I'm not always there emotionally. True. I'm not always there energetically. True. However, I still show up for the foundation, and hey, this is where it counts. Okay, so for the King, Queen of Pentacles, to say this is where it counts, they can mean that. They can say that and mean it. And perhaps you really do mean that. And you're aware. You're aware of your energy for what's going on in your environment and your foundation, which is comprehensive. It's the tree of life. It's the roots that touch many, many things. So this goes well beyond our personal sense of home and ability and comfort and care. It says this is everything I'm affected by. I take part in this. I'm part of the environment. I'm part of the structure. It can get a little sometimes emotionally flat, or we just lose energy for things, especially if we're in it all the time. But I know it's important to you. I know it's important to you both. But there's that question of, that sense of worth between you and I that's still in place, even though somebody here is not as emotionally available as they typically are. She came bursting back in from outside, and now she's back to attacking her birthday hat. It's like, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you sit on my head? How dare you humiliate me? Oh, she's going at it now. Oh, goodness. All right, a little further out, Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune. There's a lot of reflection here. I see you looking back on hindsight stuff. In hindsight, looking back on things, there has been a lot of underlying tension, and we're seeing this now. We're seeing it now a little further out from this time. Not too much further out, but I would say between the space of October and December, we're going to have some hindsight knowledge about this underlying tension that's been there between you and this person. And sometimes it can get argumentative, and it seems like an agenda pushing of wills, but it's given you a lot to think about, because in future, and this is the major point, you're seeing something that up until now you hadn't seen so much before. Okay? Again, it's about the tension, arguments that are reoccurring, or they're just popping up. Whatever that is to you, you can see it now a little more clearly. Okay? And that's going to take space over the next couple of months. What it is you learn, I don't know. I don't see you being very open about it. It's just for your kind of quiet reflection to think on, ponder, digest, if you will. Okay? Let's get some advice for you, please. And if there is this kind of constant, chronic, low-level feeling of tension between you and this person, it's gone largely unaddressed. Let's say it's in the interest of keeping the peace. That is going to cause, by the way, a kind of emotional burnout. But it happens slowly. And it goes like this. And then it kind of plateaus. The stuff that's not addressed, but hey, we make it work, and we don't have time for that. That's one of the reasons why I don't believe in emotional suppression. That doesn't mean you have to be drama all the time, but to address things as soon as it comes up tends to help prevent this. Okay, so again, something more to think about and how long that's been going on. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice for Sag. Let's do one more. Let's get that advice, please. Six of Swords. Knight of Swords. Six of Pentacles, Strength. We're contemplating, it's contemplation, not active, but we're contemplating about taking a little break from the balances between you and this person. It's looking very, very temporary. It's not the kind of thing that's alarming. It looks like a planned idea or a thought that's trying to develop into a plan, I should say. The Six of Swords, the Knight of Swords. So here's the thought as well as the potential action. It's under contemplation about the realistic balances and sometimes how it takes strength to carry them out. Like I said, I can see that emotional burnout is here. Some of you are just now starting to think about maybe I need some space between myself and these practical day-to-day realities between myself and this person, because I do have that sense of extensive, there's a lot going on. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere, and it's down to you and I to maintain all these things. And we're thinking of a little space, okay? And by that I mean temporary time out, vacation, road trip, clock out, a little bit, just a little bit of space between you and the realities to think about some of these things. Again, once more, a little further out. Whether or not you include this person, I don't know. You're showing me I need a little space between the responsibilities. But then you also showed me your connection to this person as being all responsibilities all the time. Okay, so I don't know if that includes them, is my point. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I'm trying to figure out if Sag needs time on their own, or they take the person with them minus the responsibilities. Okay, or do you see your person as one of the responsibilities, whomever this is? Once more, not a them or they, but there is a them there. So, all right. On Tuesday in reverse, so prior to a Tuesday. Okay. In May. Last May, for some of you, might have represented some interesting energies. And then this upcoming May as well. Perhaps this upcoming May, a little further out after we've had our contemplation period, there might be something there about the space that's needed. Okay. It's really kind of hard to disengage, especially when we get closer and closer into the kind of known holiday periods. Okay. Some of you might be planning space for yourselves further out in May. All right. The maze, wandering the maze. After a while, you start to check out emotionally, and all you can see are the hedges. Okay. You know, number 43, wandering the maze. When we need the journey. Kind of tired of being lost and tired, dazed and confused. We need a little journey. Yeah, I know, I've seen that for you. 43, 10. Oh, honey, okay. The Lover's energy in reverse. Not feeling so strongly connected to a person these days. Number 9. That's the indication of now. But we're not feeling so romantically or lovingly connected to this person these days. No sense of romance or strong connection there, as the Lovers might indicate. But yeah, we're not feeling it so much these days, okay? It's all about that coin or the practicalities or earning the income, and it's adjudication, so it feels like justification. All the busyness and that sense of needs, must, and the practicalities. It's not that it's not justified. Of course it's justified, absolutely. But it's like all work, no play, and we really have lost that kind of sense of we still mean the same to each other, right? Not just in our day-to-day activities, businesses, or affairs. We still appreciate each other, right? More than the actual physical worth, but our worth towards each other. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that with wandering the maze. I get that. We're going to get some clarity here soon. I would say over the next couple of months, and some of you are going to decide a little further out to have some space to contemplate these things. Okay. Perhaps some of you have been thinking of a little space since last May. Why was May so difficult? Last May might have been very difficult for some of you. We have the letters F, B. We have the busy bee in reverse. We don't want to be quite so busy these days. The camel, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and then also that sense of emotional conservation. Okay, not really. We're keeping our emotions to ourselves. Okay. And yeah, big heart. It feels like you're supposed to have big feelings, but you kind of keep them to yourself, or you're not literally not feeling them these days. Okay. All right. Something to think about, Saggy, honey. Put it in the comments. I hope this helped you. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries, please. What's going on? Show me Aries. Show me Aries. What's going on for Aries, please? Let's do one more. Show me Aries, please. The Chariot. Eight of Cups. The Knight of Wands. Okay. King of Wands. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, Queen of Cups, as I say, you turn that frown upside down. I don't know how big of a frown it was, but you're turning it upside down. And with someone else. Good job. Two of Wands. Eight Devil. Yeah, and the Seven of Swords. Oh, okay. Very good. The Chariot, Eight of Cups, and the Knights of Wands. You know, there's that sense of wanting to move forward powerfully on something, but we've been hesitant with the Eight of Cups. Now, this is emotional hesitation, as well as emotional, as I say, thrusting. And then it occurred to me the Knight of Wands is there, so perhaps rephrasing. Or not, depending on how playful you are. So the Chariot, Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, you know, there's emotional forward being pulled back a little bit with the Eight of Cups. But Knight of Wands, so that sense of enthusiasm, joy, hope, optimism, passion is here. That sense of moving forward in a solid direction and wanting to feel that way is here. The Eight of Cups says, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can pull forward in that direction. I don't know if the train can meet the station. Because it's kind of showing me you have a lot of powerful feelings in here, but You don't think all the time that you can move forward on them. And yet you have such strong motivation there. And that's really strong motivation. All of it feeling. I was like, well, where are you thinking about maybe or maybe not going to? So emotionally, but it's strong emotions. I'm not trying to make fun of you. It's good. You know? But I want you to know, before you get in that chair, you got to know. You know? King of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. There you go. You did something. I see you connecting to somebody, and it's low key. It's Three of Pentacles. It's not. It's no big deal. But it's you had to. You paused. You showed me a big old pause about should I move in that direction. It seems the answer is yes. Whatever it is that you were kind of holding back on about showing up for, you settled on a course of action. King of Wands. There you go. Okay, you're in full colors right there. You seem pleased. Your energy's open. It feels confident. All right. Passionate, maybe. Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. And there I have someone around you that says, yeah, I can meet you in the same space. So that's lovely. I got two people who more or less have agreed to meet in the same space. To either be friendly, start, clean slate, work things out, common ground. I'm kind of getting a common ground function here, despite all your emotional processing behind it that led up to that point, but it's coming across that way. Common ground, reestablishing, working things out, but in a way that both can contribute to without feeling pressure. That's all I'm getting from that. But you have quite the kind of powder keg behind it, and it's just something emotionally you need to give yourself permission to move forward on, and I say that you did. Okay? So whatever it is, it worked. I see somebody cooperating with you. I mean, like I said, sharing the same space. Now, there was like, okay, what's going on? Two of Wands, the Devil, Seven of Swords. We are trying to not lean into those devilish tendencies, whichever that is. We're trying to pay them no mind. You're showing me possibly I'm not going to succumb to fears. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't give into that. I won't give into it. So right now you are trying to ignore what looks like negative impulses, or specifically with the Seven of Swords, negative thinking, fear-based patterns of the mind. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to self-sabotage. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to talk Two of Wands. I'm going to be open. I'm going to listen. And I'm not going to listen to the shit that's in my head. Thank you. And this... And sometimes, I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but that's actually a perfectly normal reflection. People have it all the time, all day, every day. I am not going to listen to bullshit in my head. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And you can have a full-on conversation with somebody, and you can have that running in the background. It's pretty wild. So I'm seeing a very specific moment on your timeline where you have that kind of inner dialogue that you're also trying to simultaneously suppress. So some of you are prone to kind of like maybe low-key chronic disaster thinking, or just whatever those devilish thoughts are to you. We're trying not to give in to them. You're trying to show me a state of operation that says, I'm here, I'm present, right here, right now, I'm listening, I'm talking, I'm doing things. And you're like, you have this running in the background that you are very much trying to ignore. So again, it looks like fear-based thoughts to me, that means that you're familiar with them. And you're trying to pay them no mind, literally. Okay, you're trying not to give those thoughts a voice. Good job. I mean, if I was clarifying, hopefully I would say something in more detail, such as healing or having thought about it, because you stepped into this at the way that you said is correct for you. I see someone agreeing to meet you in that space. So you did it right, whatever it is. I'm kind of glad you gave yourself permission to move forward, or to rather specifically decide to move in a direction that says I need to be emotionally present as opposed to absent. That's what that is. Okay. Looks like you made the right choice. Let's get some advice, please, for Aries. Let's get some advice, please, for Aries. Let's get some advice, please, for Aries. Page of Swords, Six of Swords. Yes, why? Eight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. I see. We've had a little conversation with ourselves about not being emotionally present. Okay. There's something here about the comfort zone. For some of you, it's just easier. Okay. I don't mean that as an insult. It's the cards. It either applies to you or it doesn't. So the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, Page of Swords. There's a sense of looking on it my biggest tendency and or fallacy is to not show up emotionally. And many of you have used this kind of tactic, but kind of behavior to make things more comfortable for you. And it's kind of like the equivalent of mentally or emotionally giving yourself permission to check out. That way you don't get too emotionally invested in something or too mentally invested in something. And that way it gives you kind of more of a foothold in staying tuned in the reality of the presence. And that's some of your patterns. You know, you're showing me a lot of thought patterns here today. And we had a very specific thought about that Eight of Cups. And it's like, looking at it now, I can kind of understand where I'm mentally or emotionally not available, because it just makes it easier on me. And you're like, that's what I got to stop doing. Oh, good job. That shows a lot of reflection. That shows a lot of insight. I say good job. All right. I think you're on the right track, honey. Yeah, you're on the right track. All right. Good for them to connecting with you. It looks like it's returned. Number 42. Like I said, you're on the right track. That's the compass. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. You figured something out. Yeah. I got you. Compass is pointing due north. Number 42. You're on the right track. The sunshine. Oh, there it is. I was ready to say, come on, Aries. I know you got that. See, gosh, you have such powerful strength of emotions. I think when you have a rush of feelings, it probably feels like it just overtakes you, doesn't it? And you can get so swept up sometimes. And not just female. This is coming across as masculine energy, by the way. You can have such a rush of strong feeling that, practically speaking, over the years, it hasn't been so convenient for you to live your life like that. So I can definitely see where you might develop a process that says, let's mentally, emotionally check out so we can get shit done, please. It's better that than a surge of emotion, which some of you feel like you're prone to. It's not that you're prone to it. It just means you have a strong sense of direction when it's tied to your heart space, which, if you learn to harness that, it'll take you into some very interesting directions in the real world. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to let you know that it hits a little bit more personal. So even though you're showing me the Three of Pentacles, this actually means quite a bit to you. I see the Sun as well as the Lover's energy. Okay, with the 9 here. This is the tulips. By the way, tulips back in the day was a secret flower or code between two people who wanted to keep their private lives private. So it's kind of like saying, everybody else is giving out roses, but you and I, we do tulips because we know. It's kind of like that, but it makes us very happy. 31, 9. Yeah, like I said, I think your compass here is pointing very correctly. So by all means, I can see where, that's where you default to Pentacle, isn't it? It's easier. Try not to give in to the thoughts, okay? And the behavior patterns show up for this. It's going to feel good, so allow yourself to feel how it feels good, okay? Trust me, you're going to want your surge on this one. All right. I can't get carried away with emotions. Yeah, but then you also don't realize how it will lead you forward. You have to want to go forward, you know? Anyway, on Sunday, so that means it's in reverse. So prior to a Sunday, okay, in communication within 2 years, within 2 weeks. Oh, a little across the board there. For some of you, you giving yourself permission, oh no, hold on to your seats, okay, has taken a process of over 2 years and possibly 2 weeks. Can that happen? Yep. So one of the reasons I stopped doing time checks is because it can really just like, what? It's taking that long? Yeah, it can do. And then also for some of you specifically, you've been building up that emotional flow, giving yourself permission to move in a direction, specifically to show up for it in here. That will happen within 2 weeks. For others of you, it's taken 2 years. Or it could happen within the next 2 years. Well, like I said, it's taking you 2 years and 2 weeks to get to this point. It's very specific, but take it as it resonates. 2. Yeah. Well, there's another 2. A couple of 2s, actually. We have the letter C, E, and J. We have 2 charms of Scorpio, their direct medallion face up, and then the lotus flower, also an indication. We have the feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then also that kind of sense of light as a feather, light touch, and then also for some of you, a feather might be prominent for some reason in your world. Then we have the bee in reverse. We're not going to try to rush this. Okay, I think you've built into this well, but not trying to rush it. All right, really understand, because you could take off like this towards it with all that kind of emotional powder behind you. You could do, but no, this has not been a straight journey for you for some reason. So, okay, all right, Aries, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius, please. Show me Aquarius. What's going on? Show me Aquarius. Show me Aquarius. All right. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles. We'll talk about that in a minute. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and the Star. Okay, better. Six of Wands, the Sun, the Temperance. Good. Told you. Well, I told you so. I haven't told you yet, but I'm getting there. You know me. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles. About to say you're neglecting an investment. You know you shouldn't. You're neglecting yourself, investing in a dream, a goal, something. And I don't know how long you've been doing it. I just know that the longer you wait, of course, these things take away from us. They don't add to us. You have an investment here that's small. Yes, that's how these things start. Okay, but it's ready to go. It's ready to rock. It's just waiting on permission from you to deploy it. And that's right here. With that Seven of Swords out of the way, I could say this Aquarius knows themselves. They know what their worth is, and it's time to do whatever this is. Seven of Swords is getting in the way. It's getting lost in translation about what it is that you need to be doing for yourself. It's coming across as financial stability, household, job orientation, something like that. Something that lends to comfort, who you are, skills, ability, your ability to provide, something like that. Okay? And we've been avoiding it. I don't know how long, but we have been. I was ready to say, come on, you know better. And you do. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands, the Star. You're showing me elements of, look, I want to take this seriously. I want to take a brand new beginning, particularly it seems in work and or finance, seriously. I want to take myself seriously. I do. I have these dreams. I have these hopes. It's on my mind. It is. But now you're in a place of, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to look towards it. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm gonna do this. It's a star. I got to do this. I got to do this. And let's be prepared realistically for time frames. Okay? It's going to stretch out a little bit. But you seem to be prepared to wait for the right opportunity to either invest in, pursue, that kind of thing. I don't see it as it kind of falling in your lap. That's very rarely the case. It's something that you know you should start the process on for yourself, first and foremost. I'm inclined to agree. Let's just do keep in mind the star is something that really calls to us. We're meant to navigate by it if we choose it as our star. So wish upon a star, all these other things. That's what that is, which means you have to reach for it a great deal. But if successful, it can be extremely rewarding, more so than the sun. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it seems to be yours. I love a good cup of tea, particularly herbal. I love herbal tea, especially on a cold day with a nice book, you know. But yeah, you seem to be really focused and not too much further out. Okay. Let's start visualizing it. Let's start making it real. Let's start mapping this thing out. So you will not act on it immediately. You want certain elements in place that suggest a surety, planning, knowing when the timing is right, those kind of things. But now you're taking it seriously. Now you've got your vision focused on it. Cool. Good, go on then. Six of Wands, the Sun, Temperance. Like I said, time is going to come into play on this. In other words, not next week. But if that's true, congratulations to you. That's awesome. That's wonderful. So it's going to take a minute, but I see you being triumphant. Very. You'll be glad you did. Six of Wands, the Sun, Temperance. Oh, why not? I see you very, very pleased, happy, very, and triumphant. Many will see you and celebrate you, but it will realistically take time. However, It will add to the richness of your path. Okay? All right, let's get some advice. I don't think you need too much of it. At first, maybe, but now I'm not so worried about you. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please, for Aquarius. Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, Judgment. Interesting. I have an influence here. It's not next to you, though. It's not next to you. I don't think it's sitting right next to you on the couch. No. There's something here about judgment, a decision having been made that allowed you to kind of emotionally open up towards the prospect of this. It's, like I said, it's a very strong influence, but it's spiritual / emotional. I don't know if this is someone who influences you regularly, but you're not necessarily in each other's world. I don't know if this is someone who, might be on the other side. That's up to you. But it's some sort of soul bond that in judgment, a lesson learned, hindsight, or influence somehow allowed us to open up to this conversation with ourselves about new opportunity. It's a positive influence. It's kind of like, what would they have me do, or what would they advise me, or what they have themselves done. It inspires me, or it puts me in a position, bare minimum, to consider the possibility for myself. So, pretty good influence. Okay? Perhaps sometimes the lives of others can help shape our own. It doesn't necessarily mean they're in front of us every day, But someone's at an emotional and spiritual distance from you, and yet they still affect you. Specifically the memories you have with them. And something about that influence kind of opened you up or softened you up to the idea of taking this seriously. Okay? It's interesting. Well, that was some unexpected advice. I know, we're talking about occupation today. Okay, 34. Endless work, endless occupation. You know you're worth more. I know you want all the elements to fall into place. This is a very elaborate cuckoo clock. So not only does it indicate message, it also indicates time and how many things are interwoven to make it work. Many parts, okay? That's what this piece is. And that's one of the things that can put people off, is when they realize the kind of minor parts that are needed to create the overall project. And that's why I see you assessing those very elements. Very good. Okay. Number 29, that's the influence. I don't know how else to put it. This is someone who meets that particular demographic and or criteria. Number 29, the one or she who bears the rose. Red is going to be a prominent feature here for some of you. The feminine energy, soft influence, nostalgia, love of the past. It's this person. Okay? It's gorgeous. Number 29 for some of you might be a number of importance, but I'm taking away from this heavy characteristics tied to that particular soul bond. And great fortune. Yeah. Them, you, what they've done has influenced you to do something similar for your own path. Well done. Well done. I don't know how long this will take. But like I said, if for some of you it's next week, congratulations. That's wonderful. What's going on? Yes. At midnight. Midnight what? In August. There was a point of reference at midnight in August for some of you. Last August, which just passed. Within 3 months. Am I saying this in reference to August? Casually thinking about, but not putting too much thought into. And then over the next 3 months, that point of view shifts quite a bit. You're going to start making it happen. Be mindful of your elements. That's it, really. And within 2 weeks, I don't know what that is, guys. Because I don't think this is correct. I don't think I'm supposed to take those, but just FYI. For some of you, you have more than 10 years or a decade of experience, and everything you've experienced through occupation has led you up to this point in time frame. For some of you, it's not right. There's something here about an influence within 2 weeks. I don't know what it is. because it seems like your process would naturally stretch out over the next 3 months. Okay? But be mindful of that 2 weeks, eh? Something there. There's something, what it is you're looking for might be identifiable to you within 2 weeks. Maybe. A key element. But you need to be mindful of something, I don't know. We have the letter Y. It's the only letter. There's the infinity loop, the soul bond. I know it's very positive, even if it's not accessible to you. We have the small star. Yeah, that's you, honey, I know. We have the small feminine glasses, okay? And it doesn't mean that you're female. It's just that these are smaller, more compact, or more decorative, I suppose. We have the medallion of Leo. Some of you have some very prominent Leo in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the owl in reverse. That's you. And this is where I can kind of see your avoidance is in reverse. You're smarter than that, and you're wiser than that, okay? We have the anchor here. There's that feeling of stuckness or emotional stability. Right now, I'm leaning on that sense of stuckness. That is not going to change, or I'm not supposed to change. That will change, which is good news. All right, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? What is going on indeed for Gemini? Show me Gemini, please. Show me Gemini. One more. Let's see Gemini, please. Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Pentacles, okay? King of Swords, Justice, Eight of Cups, Three of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Queen of Swords, Something's connecting fine. It seems to be connecting just fine in the physical, the 3D, what's real, what's tangible. I got commitment here, I got growth, and it's not like overwhelming growth, it's not over the top growth, but I have somebody here, you, standing beside it and say, this is mine. The Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Seven of Pentacles, that's fine. Just in that sense of, this is mine, this is what I'm doing, I claim it, I stand up for this, I'm committed to it. And so it's slow growth, whatever that is, but you're also showing me elements of commitment. So you're either, very much committed to your regular kind of work structure, your 3D reality, this is what I've grown, or you're showing me commitment to someone else who kind of meets those same kind of qualifications, that sense of, you and I are established, and this is where we are, and it's just fine, okay? Okay, I mean, it's really straightforward, it's nothing crazy, I mean, it's not. Someone says, this is mine, I claim it. Okay, that's it. That's all I could work for. I'm sorry, this could qualify for work or a relationship or a combination of those two things as well, actually. King of Swords, Justice, the Eight of Cups. And now I see you as an individual here. And you are saying all is well. From your mental point of view, you're saying all is well, all is... It's almost like you're reassuring yourself that everything's cool, everything's legit, everything's balancing out as the way it should, spiritually, technically, maybe even legally. You're saying all is right in your world, except you're a little emotionally detached with the Eight of Cups. So there's a numbness here that you're familiar with. But other than that, when we pull that numbness aside, you're saying all's well that ends well. Everything has its place. Every place has its thing. Okay. You seem to be very kind of focused on keeping the balance, keeping the peace, being a sheriff. This is what I do. This is how I do it. This is what I do. This is how I do it. And it's incredibly straightforward. It really is. I'm trying to find the hook for you in this respect. Don't get me wrong. I am a little concerned about that numbness. But for the most part, you're saying it's business as usual. I'm clean as a whistle. Don't even bother checking me out. But if you must, I will pass the white glove test. So it's really not too much in any direction. It's neither up nor it's down. It's like, this is where I stand. And this is the kind of good job I do every day in the things that I do. Work, relationship, or otherwise. You're saying I stand by it. And you're like, a numbness aside, everything's fine. Okay, down here, I have someone of your caliber. I have a Queen of Swords and then therefore King of Swords. You two technically match on frequency, okay? But someone here is saying they're dissatisfied. these days or in future. And at least, as far as I can tell, it's being communicated. So that's helpful. I see a lot of people who show me that level of discomfort and they won't talk about it. So at least here it looks like we have conversation. If someone's upset, 4 cups, 3 cups, there's a sense here of emotional neglect. We're not hanging out anymore. We're not connecting emotionally anymore. I'm upset. Please talk to me about it. And for your part, this is not a mystery to you. Like you said, you've already kind of acknowledged to me that other than your numbness, sometimes you emotionally check out or you're not emotionally available. You're saying all parts of your world are fine. And this person's saying, for me, not so much. I acknowledge your emotional absence and I don't like it. So 3 cups, and I'm just kind of putting that out there. It might be a very light conversation. It could be deeper than that. Okay. But I do have someone here who seems to be willing to kind of address the major points or the main points. It can be a little critical, it seems sometimes, about we're not doing this or you're not doing that and this is how I'm not pleased and this is why. Okay, but they are, at least like I said, being open to discuss the main points, which is good. And I think they're just matching frequencies with you. You meet me mentally, I meet you mentally. These two are the information operators, right? King, Queen of Swords, they get such a bad rap, but honestly, without them, nobody gets anything done. Honestly. And they can't do their job unless, they're like, give me the details, give me the skinny, however that goes. Determination, focus, information, please. But this person wants information regarding the feeling. Okay? Why aren't we connecting, you and I, so well? I'm upset. I don't know how long they've been upset. But it's kind of similar to, I don't know how long you've been emotionally checked out. So one is absolutely playing on the other. I don't think either person here is at fault, but I do think the two of you need to talk. Yeah. Okay. Pretty straightforward, that one is. All right. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice. And in that interest, perhaps, of just maintaining a standard, or maintaining the quota, or just trying to get things as squared away as possible, it really is easy to step through that door of I'm checked out. I just want to get things done. I want the T's to get crossed. I want the I's to get dotted, that kind of thing. And that can take a lot of time. And you have something here that you say is in motion, it's been in motion, and that you kind of pride yourself on keeping it all together and balanced well. Okay? And yeah, that's going to pull people into a state of numbness. I don't know if it's systemic of something larger. I hope not. All the more reason we need to talk. Okay? All the more reason. The 9 of Cups, a sense of wish fulfillment, sense of self-love. What of it? Ace of Cups, big love, big feeling. That is the opposite of emotional numbness. 4 Swords. Oh, we need to rest our feelings, rest our heart. The Empress, about our significant person. There's someone here we need to rest on. Who this is, I don't know. I'm assuming it's whomever that is. Or it's you, knowing your worth, regardless. This person, we need to rest. We need to rest on our feelings, very much so. Specifically, what it is to love ourselves, to be in love with others, to have those big feelings, we need to heal. That sense of empowerment is here, it's accessible, but we need a great deal more contemplation about what it means to love the self more, okay? And to have those big feelings, because I know they're in you. I can only see what's here, not what isn't, all right? This is what I'm being shown today. And the Gemini I'm looking at has a big old heart, lots of feelings. And you do desire wish fulfillment of the heart. To give yourself indeed what you love as a reflection of what you're worth, you have to know what you're worth. The Gemini I'm looking at, that's usually your gig, okay? With the Empress here. So I'm assuming I see the person, but I keep going back to you. I feel like that's you. As someone who prides themselves on getting things done, to keep things balanced, to have a strong mind, a sense of this is what I do, this is how I do it, this is my focus. This is my level of appreciation of knowledge and what must be done. I strongly feel that's the Empress is you. Okay? To take it as a resonance. I strongly advise you to go within and think about your contemplation, or rather contemplate on your feelings, your in-love feelings, what it is to feel in love with yourself or others, and where are we with yourself and with others. Okay? Because I know it's in there. I do. I know it's in there. See? Yeah, I think they're pointing it back at you, honey. Okay. You know, it's funny. The main male just kind of came out in reverse. Some of you feel like we're not on point. Man or not, sex aside, it's that sense of I'm not on point. I'm not taking the initiative. I'm not in touch with my place or my role. I strongly disagree. That's all in there. Okay, that's all in there. But if this is how you kind of feel, like you're not attached to yourself enough, okay, you're going to feel like sometimes you lose touch with your place or identity, okay, and what drives you, what gives you focus. You seem to have a really strong sense of this is my realities and this is what I do. But you yourself are not personally, emotionally attached to it, which I saw. And it's going to make you feel like you have been absent from who you are largely as a person. That's going to do that to anybody, honey. Point is, what are we going to do about it? We need to rest. Okay, yes. And some of you feel like you're down on your luck. Okay, luck is in reverse, the 4-leaf clover. Some of us feel like we're down on our luck. You're just down right now. Nothing's working out the way you want. You got everything in place that counts, but you don't feel like luck is on your side or that the fortunes do not favor you these days. What's up? Storm. Something unexpected happened. What was it? Regardless, the advice stand the same. Childlike dependency. What is this? On the distant horizon. How interesting. Oh, honey. What is this about a family component? What is that? What is that? It's a little late in the game, but that's quite a bit. There's something here about the reminiscence of children or family. We always thought we'd have time for that. We'd always thought we'd have time for that. There's a reminiscence here of children. We always thought it would be further out. Because now I have that sense of the young man is gone and not feeling our role in our place to the mature man. So time has fast-forwarded quite a bit. And then I see the distant horizon there. We had unexpected upheavals in this life around the ideas of children and or family. And it's like, well, I'm not this guy anymore, but I'm definitely over here. Oh, funny. You know, children and family aside, it means nothing if you don't love yourself. Did you know that? You know? Love yourself. Love yourself. Because you are still you at the end of the day. No matter how successful you've been or haven't been, the family you've acquired or haven't acquired, dreams, goals, and a sense of wish fulfillment, they change over the years, and we're meant to go with it as well. A process along the way, which is easier said than done, I know. But you have a wealth of experience attached to you and what looks like a fulfilling role. Okay? We haven't had luck in this department. I understand. That's okay. You're still a quality person, full of love, and still alive. You need to see that. You're more than a role that's been defined as either masculine or anything else. Your advice is straightforward, honey. Go within. Love yourself more. There's your enrichment. There's your fulfillment. And when you understand better how to love yourself, you can give yourself better what it is that you want. Okay? I think you're struggling with bigger concepts than the person who's asking about it understands. So you understand them first. And when you're ready, you can kind of deliver more on that later. Okay? We have the medallion of Sag. Okay, just straight up Sag. You might have some very strong Sag in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the letter A, R, and V. We have the medallion of Cancer, but it's in the reverse. The key word here being imaginative. Oh, some of you imagine what life could have been like had XYZ happened, or I had a little more luck, or... You know what's interesting about imagination? Fantasy. It's honestly next door to the intuitive process. What you can imagine or fantasize now could be a version of the future you've yet to see or be part of. Not all is yet done. Not all is yet done. Gemini, honey. I hope this helped you. I'm very curious about you today. It's not my regular group of Geminis, I don't think. It's interesting. Gemini may not be your dominant. Anyway, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Libra, please. What's going on? Show me Libra. What is going on? Show me Libra, please. Oh. Queen of Swords, that's you, honey. Contemplating something very serious for some of you. Okay. What's going on? Show me Libra. Show me Libra. All right. King of Swords, and the Five of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, I figured you had something on your mind. Okay, keep on. Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. What to do, what to do. The Moon, the Eight of Pentacles, and Five of Pentacles. Okay, okay. All right. King of Swords, Five of Cups, Page of Cups. You are sad. Simply put, let's get to the point. And you're aware of it. You're not ignorant of it. Yeah, see it right there. You're like, I'm aware that I'm sad. I know. And Five of Cups says emotional attachment to the past, things that went awry, fell through, emotional abandonment, loss, regret, remorse, all that stuff. Page of Cups, it seems like that's all we can feel these days and or think about. It's a combination of the two, to be honest with you. There's a time when your heart space pops open in a positive direction and says, maybe I could open up beyond this. And then it's kind of like it gets shut down again. It's hard for that page to kind of surpass that Five of Cups. What is you would like to be open towards and then it kind of disappears again? I don't know, but you would know best. You think about it. You're trying to work through it. I'll give you that. You really try to logically look at why you're upset, specifically with emotions of the past. And it's with you in present day. So how long you've been contemplating these things, I don't know. But it still hits you like it's fresh. Okay? Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, Two of Pentacles. What to do with a soul bond that we happen to have very strong love feelings for? There's some sort of understanding here that the fullness of one's heart is there. It's felt deeply. As a soul bond, we have precious memories with this person. They're unique. Okay. What do we do with it? Two of Pentacles, realistically. It's like you're saying, what can I do, Christina? That's for you to figure out. And I strongly suspect this is what prompts your page occasionally to pop open and says, we can do something. And then it kind of gets lost in translation to sadness of the past and this Two of Pentacles feeling of not being able to do anything about it. Okay, so I have a lot of water for you today, but also this sense of, what can I do about it except sit here and think about it? It's not an accusation. It's just for the Libra I'm looking at, that's where you are. And both of these are cards of the past, 5 and 6. So I know that you and whomever it is we still feel emotionally attached to and grieving. We've known them a long time. We've had a lot of memories here, a lot of mishaps, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of missed opportunities of the heart specifically. And in your own way, you're still connected to them, of course. You feel it. And because you can still feel the strength of it, occasionally it rolls around in your mind. What can I do with this, realistically speaking? I don't know. But I see you working through something that up until recently hadn't been known to you with the Moon there. So the Moon, Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. I can tell you're a Libra who wants solutions. You prefer solutions in the Pentacle world. Okay. You like to make sound decisions and see proof in reality. I understand. And this matter of the heart here is not easily understood for you. okay? Because it's matters of the heart. Typically, an element needs to meet an element. So if love is on the line here, love in particular is in question, we're going to need a love solution, a love-based solution. And that's something you're working through here with the moon. I don't think you're aware of it yet. Don't get me wrong, I see you coming out of the moon, but I don't see where you've yet to enter it. You're still back here in this. I don't know what to do with it. These strong feelings, I'm not going to lie, kind of suck because there's nothing I can do with them. And you are trying to understand them logically, which is good. That's helpful. But at the end of the day, the Libra I'm looking at, you want practical-based solutions. So over here, where I'm like, I still don't know what to do with this. How to give it time, energy, and effort, and what does that even mean? What does it even look like? To something is going to be revealed to you soon. If it hasn't already, but soon. Because you start working almost immediately on a solution. And that's interesting. So what that revelation point is under the moon, I don't know. Something occurs to you. You had some sort of influence that changed your mind or gave you something to quote-unquote work with. Does that make sense? Because I see you working. You're working through the unknown, which means you had something revealed to you or came to light. And it made you think you could do maybe some repair work here. Whatever that means. I don't know. Okay. But this is what you call working through the abandonment. Okay. The break and or loss. I mean, there's something here about revelation of real world practice behaviors set in a 3D. And it could literally be at work. Something to do with work practices that will enlighten you and gives you something to work through, to resolve. God, it's so tricky. It's so tricky. You're like, okay, now I got something to do. I got something to work with here. But we're not past this point of, I don't even know what I would give this anyway. I don't even know. I don't even know how to readdress this. I wouldn't even know how to get back to it. I wouldn't even know what square one looks like. And square one. Okay. Anyway, it's too vague. I can't see it. Anyway, back here, that too, and it goes from that to, oh, there's been some sort of insight, and it literally gives you something to do, a task that allows you to approach these abandonment constructs, the pain, and some sort of effort to fix it or address it. So you found a way to work with all this water. I just put some heart into it. You'll be okay. That Page of Cups will do nicely. All right. Let's get some advice, please. I am so sorry about that. It was really hard to stumble through, but it's like we needed something literally to put us to task, and something to do with the influence of work inspired it, but it was only recently revealed, or it's about to be revealed. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. Tower, there's the influence. There's the revelation. 3 of Swords, pain. We didn't think there's anything we could do with this. That's not true. There's the task. We're working through it now. Yeah, I know. It must have happened very recently, or it's about to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying it that sharply. Don't get me wrong. You don't rush headlong into the solution. You start working through the task. Whatever it is to help alleviate the sense of sadness with the soul bond, to readdress it somehow, go back to square one, as I was saying. I'm not quite sure. But there's the influence. We're going to start putting down some pentacles, quietly at first, but remain open to the process, observation. 7 of Cups. I wonder when you will have an absolute result. I'm kind of curious about that, to be honest. I honestly don't know. Timelines are different for everybody. Time checks are pretty much irrelevant. You know. But still, people like to know, and some within less than 6 months. Less than 6 months. And for some of you, You started working on this in August. Let's just call it August for the sake of reference. But in less than 6 months from August for some of you. On a Saturday. It's very specific. Okay, what else, please? The harvest, for some of you specifically, October. Harvest time. Anyway, 10, the harvest reaping. You can either see this as a threat, as an ending, being cut down, or you can see it as a harvest. Okay. A cultivation of effort. Star, important. Number 16. Okay, we have death, and then the polar bear, strength, strength to overcome an ending, or strength to transform. Yeah, those can absolutely 8, 15. What is it about 15 that's important? Transformation around the concept of August, once more, 8, or the idea of 15. It's a transformative state. In other words, it's not ended, it's just taking strength to work through it, strength to transform. Interesting. That is interesting. And that's also, of course, the indication of hard work. It is hard work, I know. I know. But this situation seems to require it. I'm not saying it's all on you. I'm not delegating responsibility or tasks. I'm just reading your energy today. That's it. Take it as it resonates. All right. We have the letter F. We have the snowflake, sign of Scorpio, time of winter as well, and then also the transformative state. We have the medallion of Pisces in the reverse, keyword here being intuitive, and there's that sense of hard work again with the Eiffel Tower. It's the height of romanticism, meaning, context, love, but it took work to build the darn thing. But it exists nonetheless. Okay, Libra honey, I do hope this helped you. How interesting. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus, please. What is going on for Taurus? Show me Taurus. One more. Show me Taurus, please. Excuse me, 7 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Oy. Yeah, I'd want to step out of that too. But I'm not going to advise you to do that. I can't. I can't. I got the job to do. So we'll get back to it. Hold on. 7 of Cups, a Diablo. Oh, Page of Wands. You know. Wouldn't it be nice when we switch over to the check-in system and I just don't get on your ass anymore? Wouldn't that be awesome? Don't you look forward to that? I don't. I don't mean to do that. Honey, this is what I would say. This is why I'm going to have to advise you to do the opposite. I don't blame you. I promise you I don't. But this is why we can't avoid it, because it just gets worse. And that 7 of Cups, the Devil, Page of Wands. Oh, my. 6 of Wands, the Star, the High Priestess. Good. Okay. 7 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. We are trying very hard, so hard, to sidestep what looks like an ongoing, fresh, hot off the press, won't go away, leave me alone argument. And it's hot. That's a bleh. Okay, and it's fresh. It's ongoing. When it started, I don't know. You would know best. This is either you at this point or it's not. So take what resonates, etc. Because you can't really mistake that. That's something you either identify with, you get it, you say it's me, or it's not, and you go check your other placements. You have yourself a good day. 7 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. That is some high tension. It's fresh. It's fresh. And it's happening now. You want to sidestep it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to participate. And I do say all the time, you get to choose a level of participation. But avoidance is a form of participation that doesn't mean it's good for us. You know, this is going to be one of those things. That's why I can't advise you to just go ahead and sidestep this. And because the more you do, obviously, the worse it gets. It's going to be one of those things that's going to require more confrontation, not less. And I know you don't like arguments. You don't like drama. Everybody knows this about Taurus. And if you don't, you should. You like what you can trust and what's under your feet. Okay? So you don't really like arguing because it can be volatile, you know, just explosive, and it does not speak to one's steadfastness of character. So you don't really tend to engage in hot off the press arguments. It's like, you're right now, and you're like, It's not that you mean to be mean, it's just you'd rather not. You would wait until everything calms down. Well, sometimes in doing that, things amplify. It depends on what has been addressed or what hasn't been addressed. So I'm seeing the amplification process of a known issue that's currently in your face. And you're like, no, it's not. Doing that's making it worse. Okay? What happens when you swat the bee? It stings you. Now, I'm sorry you have all that bzz around you. Who or what's involved with that, I don't know. You would know best. But it's a hot wire, that one. And I know you don't want to deal with it. That's not going to help you. This is going to, again, require direct confrontation. This can be done so in a way that is calm, or at least presented in a way that says I'm in control of myself, if not the other person or situation. Okay. And that is a choice of participation that would be healthy for you. Because all it does is add to your weight and the pressure and stress and strain. So I don't know what or who is in your face. But perhaps stop and be like, you have something to say. Let's hear it. Okay? And that might be step one. But the Taurus I'm looking at, we didn't take step one. Not yet, because Seven of Cups, the Devil, Page of Wands. The idea of being open to this frightens you. It touches on subjects you don't care for. It's confrontational. And it's kind of like, if I remain open to this, it'll just, you know, it's just going to cause more issue. On the contrary, continuing to avoid it is what's going to create more of an issue here. Because now the feeling here that's more on the deeper side, not just the external feeling, but the internal feeling, is going to start to deepen and take hold or take root. Okay, with that devil there sitting on all the issues and the possible openness or the reality to finding some sort of resolution with the conflict. I'm struggling to say the words because this Taurus is so anti whatever this issue is. It's making things worse. Okay? So I understand your process, honey. I do. All signs have pros and cons. I understand your process, but this is where a process is leaning more into the con as opposed to a pro. Sometimes just ignoring things or hoping they go away or quiet down, it just makes things worse. And that's where we are. Whatever this is making things worse. Now, here's what's interesting for you. You're like, never mind all that. Never mind. I mean, again, because you're like, I want to talk about something else. And I see that you do. Six of Wands, Star, the High Priestess. You're saying, I have a super good feeling about that over there. Can we talk about that? Okay, I want you to explore that. That is open, exploratory, it's desirous, you're in tune with it in all the right ways. Here I am saying your pros. You're trying to listen to your intuitive voice once more. Taurus is highly intuitive, but for some reason you don't get credit for it. I don't know why. That's just how it was written. Well, I'm here to tell you what's up. So I want you to follow your intuitive instinct towards this. It's going to be that much harder to get towards it if you feel like this is constantly crossing you or impeding your progress. So I don't know what it's going to take for you to deal with this, but I want you to address it more. That way you feel like you have less blockages to pursue that which strongly speaks to your instincts. Six of Wands, the Star, the High Priestess, and we need full accessibility to ourselves, what we're feeling, and also what is navigating us, the Star. We need full access to that. And we can't, when something is like, and now I really hate you. And Taurus is like, well, I'm going to double down even more and stay the hell away from it too. You know, let's not do that. Okay, because it seems like you're wasting a lot of energy avoiding this, when if you could kind of cross this off your list of issues, arguments, confrontations that just frankly is making you feel bad the more you avoid it, let's get that crossed off the list so you can do this. Six of Wands to start. What the hell happened, honey? Did you kick a hornet's nest because you were bored? Like, what did you do? Like, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying, what is going on that's so volatile? It's like someone's trying to talk you out of something. Taurus, you're crazy. Taurus, you're not listening to me. Okay, fine. And they could be completely wrong. Okay? They could be completely wrong. You avoiding it is what's making it difficult. So I'm going to side with you. There's a good chance they're wrong, because I know you. You go your own way when you are so strongly inclined to. That's what you're strongly inclined to. And it's strong, and it calls to you, and it speaks to the individual self. Very much so with the star. That's a personal thing. And your intuition. So I have no doubt someone here is throwing up some major opposition. And I'm sorry that it's your problem. But I do recommend you put some energy into solving that problem. That way you're kind of like free to move about the cabin a little more, if you will. He says, there's a good chance they're wrong. I know you. You wouldn't be showing me this unless you knew it was correct for you. Up here, in here, across the soul, it is just correct for you. Okay? So there is a good chance whatever this is that's throwing up so much opposition is wrong. So maybe perhaps stop, take a minute, and listen to their concerns, and then tell them piece by piece exactly how they're wrong. And then you're like, okay, now I've said what I needed to say. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I hate that it's taking such a physical toll on you, and there's the emotional toll. There's going to be prices to be paid the more we put this off. What do I say? At the end of the day, we pay the interest on everything we do and everything is we don't do. So let's go ahead. I would just advise you, get more confrontational with this, because I want you to be able to pursue that without any bullshit, any hang-ups, any hesitation, to be quite frank, because I want you to pursue that. That is correct. That's the Taurus I trust right there. You know, I know what I'm doing. And it means a lot to you. I know it does. It gives you a sense of pride, confidence, a sense of visibility to be seen, but also to know that you're pursuing something and it feels 1000% bang on correct. Okay? Oh boy. What a baseline. What a baseline. Let's get some advice. What is up? Could it be a little more on the nose? I mean, I appreciate you backing me up, but could you a little more on the nose? Your advice, talk. So I'm a big fan of basics. You know, the fun is in fundamentals. I think I'm such a nerd. It's like the problem and solution too tends to be communication. Look, I'm sorry. That was one card drops like boom. Honey, even if this is you, okay, it appears you have something to say. Let me settle into my comfy Taurus chair. Let's pull up a coffee. I have my listening ears on. Go ahead. Well, I could definitely see where you'd be concerned about that. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so let me see if I've summarized your main points. Okay, and this is where you're wrong. Have I thoroughly addressed this topic? I'm glad you're satisfied. And then whatever it is, because after that point, you're done. See what I'm saying? You get to choose your own level of participation, including how you listen and your presentation and your words. Okay? For whatever reason, you can't just exit this. You showed me no cycle, you showed me no death, you showed me no nothing. Just the avoidance of it. Okay. So there's an obligation to listen to this and or put up with it. So again, you can kind of set the terms and conditions for which you do, i.e. boundaries. And that way it's not sinking further into your chest than you already feel it. Understand? Okay. And then boom, like I said, free to move about the cabin. That was... I know, Pumpkin. I know. Oh, she's all in it now. She loves that little hat thing. It's also a squeaker toy, so don't be concerned. No, mine, she's all into it now. She's trying to get to the squeaker on the inside. What's going on, please? What's going on? Oh, nothing. Yes, you tear that one up. I know it. Oh, no. Well, she's all mad at it now. All right. Lover's energy, number 9. Oh, I hope not. But it doesn't feel like that. I could definitely see where it might be tied to something a lot more personal and a lot more fluid, and it hits your intuitive space beautifully. I love that. So hopefully it's lover's positive here. Number 9, and then it could also be indication of September. Okay, what else here, please? Yeah. The mask. See, that's okay. All right, fine. Show them another side of your face. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever this isn't so bad that you killed it, the communication, or killed your connection to it. So just put on another mask. Show them another side of your face. Okay? That would be my advice to you. And people, we have to wear different masks all the time, all day. It's not the inauthentic self. It's part of our authentic self. Is that my face towards this or that situation is going to be different than, say, how my daughter or anyone else. You see what I'm saying? Just show them another side of your face. All right? There you go. See, it's just the little messages, they're just adding up. The hummingbirds, which are beautiful, or they're frequent and constant and sometimes annoying, depending on how you look at it. Okay, honey. Let's do... That one went on way too long, but I think you needed it. I think I'm a little justified. Just a little bit. Like always, you throw all this stuff on me at the check-ins. Deal with that. Okay. Well... On a hot day. Well, this overall just indicates heat, but not the lovely passionate kind, but the okay, hot day, tensions within 2 weeks, cool. I don't know what that means. Hopefully resolution. I don't know. Or you just kind of listening. In spring for some of you. Oh God, I hope that's not an ongoing argument in spring. Oh my God. Wouldn't that just be awful? I hope not. For some of you, a reference time frame for within 2 weeks. For others of you, spring. Okay, there you go. It's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of time checks. Everybody's different on the timeline. If it's... Why was I supposed to see that? Sentence of imprisonment. We can't change this particular situation, look, outcome, or look. For some of you, simply 29 is a reference point. I don't know why. You take away from your time and resources. I say that. Particularly your emotions. Can't get free of that. I don't know, 29. I don't know. Okay, that's enough. Except for this. Okay. We have the letter Z. Yeah. We have the medallion of Aries. You might have some very prominent Aries in your chart, and then could be connecting to one. We have the octopus, the great unknown, the depths of the sea. It can represent something fearsome, or a bit of the unknown. The depths of one's emotions. It's a mysterious place. And the octopus can be an absolute strong verification of one's feelings after we have plumbed the depths, or it can just represent the fear of the unknown because we're going to those particular depths. We have the dragonfly in reverse. Whatever this is hasn't transformed. You know this. You're not stupid. So you might as well address it, call it out for what it is, and move on with your life. But you can't say you didn't speak up to try to answer those concerns. So, okay, Taurus, honey. Like I said, you will know if this one's yours or it's not. It's really that, yeah, it's going to be that black and white. It's either yours or it's not. Regardless, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Oh, of course. Happy birthday once more. We'll be in Libra season before you know it. But before we get there, happy birthday to you. If it's already been celebrated, I hope it was fantastic. And if it's yet to be, may it be wonderful. May it be absolutely wonderful. What is going on? Show me Virgo, please. Show me Virgo. What's going on? Show me Virgo. What, did I ever tell you the story about why I pronounce your name like that? I heard it that way once. I remember saying that. I want to say I heard a German astrologist. He was talking about the signs and the way he said Virgo. And it was Virgo. And I couldn't unhear it. I don't know. It just hit right. I liked it. I liked the way. So I've been kind of saying it that way ever since. It's Virgo. And it's cool. It's cool. It was really neat. Anyway, just a little memory there. What's going on? Show me Virgo, please. Show me Virgo. What is going on? Show me Virgo, please. Well, my little Virgo, she just got done messing up that little party hat, which again is toy friendly for her to do. And now she's like, I need a nap. What's up? The Fool. Page of Swords. Oh, yes. All three of Swords. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You think about it? It's more like a feeling, a little bit of a thought. You're showing me a little bit of, I don't know if I should, because you're showing me knowledge as opposed to nerve. I would expect more nerve, like a Page of Wands, but you're like, it's knowledge. You're thinking, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Okay. The Seven of Swords, I still don't know about it. Nine of Swords, too much. There's a lot of fear here. Too much fear. Most of it's of the mind. Okay, what's going on? Four of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords. Before you do anything, you need to know that this is what you want. It's on the table as a proposal, but nothing's been concluded. You're aware of this. You're showing me, I don't know about this. There's fear in your heart for what looks like a new beginning, but you have yet to take that particular leap of faith. Your instinct to leap is there, but the faith is not. In that respect of, have you made up your mind? And that's something that you are working through, indeed, but it's through a lot of sound and fury. A lot. You're showing me worst case scenarios, hypothesized, real, imagined. You know, what could, what happens, consequences. Oh, dear God. And then you shut the whole thing down and then you go back to it again. So I am sorry. It's looking like I'm reading you at the height of tension for something that you were deeply mentally conflicted about. Okay. And this is the height. It won't be, let me reassure you, this will not be this way forever. Something will out. You understand? There must be something that comes from this because this cannot sustain. Okay. So back up, the Fool. The only thing I saw here next to that Four of Swords that was beautiful. It was like, oh, I could have a new beginning. And then your energy shrunk really fast into, again, places of known fear, real, imagined, or otherwise, and everything in between. We have almost all the swords here except -5. Page of Swords, Three of Swords. We're afraid to take off on a new beginning, but yet your call towards that, your instinct towards it's actually incredibly high. But then it shrinks back with a lot of mental entrapment. Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles. It's all we can think about is breaking something here or being broken from it. Perhaps it's a fresh break and you're like, what happened? What happened? What happened? I can't believe this happened. Yes, I can. I should be happy for a new beginning, but I can't believe this happened. Or you're preparing for a break. I'm inclined... God, you're somewhere between. It's so close in that decision. I can't tell if you just did it and you're freaking out because you did it, or because you're this close to doing it and you're still trying to pull it back like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Where are you? If you feel inclined to sharing, that's entirely up to you. I could see where some of you Virgos have already done it and you're freaking out. Okay. That's normal when breaks like this happen. All right. And others of you, you think almost relentlessly nonstop that you should, but you don't know, are you talking yourself into it? Or are you talking yourself out of it? You can't figure it out. So when I tell people when they're in that kind of in-between state of, am I talking myself into this or out of this? Either way, it's not good. Exactly. We need to pause and take a rest, which is what I'm saying here for you. Four Swords, Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords. The direct translation on this is that you need to rest. And you need to come to one singular consensus with that Ace of Swords. That's one singular thought that can wipe out all this. When you rest, when you heal at some point in the future, do you see this ending as a good thing? Or do you see it as a bad thing? Is it right for you or is it wrong for you? Because if it's just happened and you're freaking out, okay, and we're having post-break freakouts mentally or otherwise, I understand. You haven't gotten to that place of consolidation that it's the truth and that's what needs to happen. And if you're on the precipice of engaging in an ending, you have yet to fully consolidate your mind to be agreeable to it. I know which way you're leaning. You do too. But what happens is that it's so loud in there. You're not really in the position to tap into the full. You're not really in the position to understand the benefits and why it led up to this. You're too busy hearing the noise of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and is this really happening or is this really about to... Okay. At the end of the day, breaking from this, can you look at it and say, I know that this is good for me. This is correct for me. Or I know this is the wrong thing to do. Okay? Same thing for accepting it. Thing is, if it's already done, you're going to have to get into a space of acceptance. But part of your mind pulls you backwards and says, no, fight that. That can't be right. Denial. Okay? So right now, I honestly don't know where you are. Some of you are so close on that collective to being on the one side of the line versus the other. It just happened, and we can't believe it. We're still in denial and shock. Or you're about to do it, and you haven't fully consolidated to that yet. And just the idea of it freaks you out. Let's get some advice for you, please. Regardless, the advice stands the same. I need you to go within rest. I need you to rest and know that whatever here, you have a truth in there. I promise you, you have a truth in here that is much stronger and louder than anything else that precedes it. This is what I need you to tune into right here. The truth. Not the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, not the voices and ghosts of yesteryears. This truth. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. That poor little fool, he didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance in hell at that new beginning. Not yet. Get in touch with that truth, because if you're going to walk out your front door, I don't want you looking backwards in fear, trepidation, or questioning yourself, because then that fool will never have a proper journey, or a new beginning, I should say. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. I don't think I've seen you like this in a long time, if ever. Four of Cups, unhappiness, I know. King of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, the moon. See, there's that part of you that feels inclined towards a new beginning. I think what you're showing me is unhappiness that runs so deep that you've lost sight, or the energy specifically, being able to tap into the energy specifically about the prospects of a new beginning. Okay. We have some processing to do. I want you to remember your energy when you look at that new beginning and how it rises. Because now that we're making reality match, reality is terrifying. All you're showing me is your initial shock reaction. I think we're losing sight here about that prospective feeling of a new beginning. We've lost sight of it because there's no guarantees. But it feels like we lost sight of it. Okay? Some of you are very, very tempted, because you're so unhappy right now, to bury the idea of a new beginning and forget it like I didn't mean it. Okay? Let's not go backwards, but do take the time to figure out how to go forwards, and whatever that means. Okay? The shock needs to come down. Of what you're planning to do, or what's been done and you don't know that you can have accepted. Somewhere in there is your truth. Okay. Oh boy. The House. Big house, intimidating house. 20. What's of it? Compass, home, the moon. There it says loyalty. Oh. You're saying your direction has changed. And what it is you used to commit to or stand up for or stand by specifically. There's a sense of no longer being loyal to this, but it's hard for us to address that. Very hard. Very hard to... We no longer feel loyal to what's been established. Home, relationship, I don't quite know. Some sort of Four of Wands here, but it's imposing. It's under the moon. We've lost our sense of direction. We don't know where it's gone because we no longer feel loyal to this. And that in and of itself can be quite a shock. Did that occur to you? You're looking around at what's technically yours and you no longer feel loyal to it or attached to it. Yeah, that's going to hit weird. You know? Like, this is my house, but it's not mine. This is my stuff, but it's not mine. This is my life. Why do I not feel attached to it? Why am I long guided by it with the compass? 20, 18, 32, 42. 32, 42, excuse me. Oh, my lisp is kicking in hard now. Oh my goodness. The harder reads typically, they will get me all twisted up in the tongue. Oh my goodness. Since last spring, things have been in an upheaval for some of you. Things have been crazy prior to spring, right after it. For some of you, you will know absolutely what the heck's going on prior to next spring. But for some of you, spring is a major reference point right around it. Right around spring. Perhaps then early summer, around May. For others of you, late winter, right? Or whatever that is. At night. Wait. That's very specific. At night, wait for Wednesday. Take that as it resonates. One of the reasons I stopped doing time checks is because timelines are different for everybody, and sometimes what I see here is so minute. It may not mean anything to you. It might mean something to you. But apparently, night, wait, Wednesday. There might be some insight around that time. Okay, what else? Okay, course terms. We have the medallion of Capricorn, face up. You might have some very prominent Capricorn in your chart. Could be connected to one. We have the medallion of Aries, but in the reverse with the key word here being courageous. And that's very telling. The medallion for the chakra is in reverse. In other words, we're not in alignment. No, I see that. Of course not. Why would you be? There's quite a shock in there. I know. Things need to kind of be allowed to settle for a little bit. And hear yourself. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Capricorn, please. Show me Capricorn. Show me Capricorn. One more. Show me Capricorn, please. Alrighty. Show me Capricorn. The Five of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, okay. Steady on. Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, you seem to have a plan there. Knights of Wands, the Moon, and the Four of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm seeing some motivation here that you may not be entirely aware of. So the Five of Pentacles, the Emperor's, Page of Cups. You know, I don't mean to use the word stubborn in Capricorn. But there's a sense of, I'm going to hold on to this as long as I want. Thank you. And it looks pretty non-negotiable for the Capricorn I'm looking at. Like, this is a known element to the Capricorn I'm looking at. You may not know necessarily why, hint, hint, that's called foreshadowing, why you're holding on to something, but you're like, I know I am, bare minimum, and don't argue with me about it. Okay, that's up to you. So I'm glad that you're aware of it. But this kind of, I know I'm holding on to baggage. It's my baggage. I carry it with me everywhere. And I'm not going to set it down. Someone might steal it. What are you going to do with it? I don't know. It's none of your business either. Okay. Does it serve a purpose? Not that I know of. Yet. Hence, I'm holding on to it. What's in it? None of your business. It's really shut off. And if I was clarifying, I'd say other things. But it's really shut off. Non-negotiable. It is what it is. Don't worry about it. Don't question my choices. And there's a small emotional component to it that says, I'm here. There's some feeling element in you that's attached to this. And you don't want to feel about it too deeply or think about it too deeply. It's like it just is what it is. Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Cups. We haven't had much perspective. Again, I'm not trying to insult you. I read the cards guides. I read what's here, not what isn't. We haven't had much perspective over the years or however long this is. I have no idea, but it wasn't yesterday. Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, that's very small insight stretched out over a long period of time. So we haven't had much insight here about Nine of Cups, about how we love ourselves, a sense of wish fulfillment, and what does that mean. So positive loving of thyself means positive results of wish fulfillment. The more we love ourselves, the more we want to give ourselves the best. But how do we determine what that best is? What's good for us? It depends on how much we love ourselves. If we love ourselves poorly, we will insist our wish fulfillment is something that's actually no good for us. If we love ourselves correctly, our sense of wish fulfillment reflects a healthy sense of self, and thus we're more likely to bring it towards ourselves in the respect of, this is what I deserve, but I don't think of it that way. It's just, it means a lot to me because it's coming from a good place in me. Whereas the other version's like, I really want pizza today and every day. That should work out well. I'm going to give myself that. That's an unhealthy version of how we love ourselves. Okay? So what I'm seeing for you is very little insight over a long period of time about how you love yourself on this issue. You showed me a commanding authority. Do not pass. You shall not pass. I'm holding on to this. That's it. And I said you don't want to probe it too deeply. Because if you did, you might find that what you're holding on to isn't the healthiest for you. Okay? I don't mean it to be rude. I don't mean it to be insulting. It's just on this particular point for the Capricorn I'm looking at, I don't care who it's coming from or where, what their authority level is. You don't want to hear it. You know? Let's jump on down to that bottom row. That's a little more revealing. And don't get me wrong, there's a breakage here that you've held on to. An abandonment wound. But what's behind the motivation of holding on to it? That's what I'm curious with. The Knights of Wands, the Moon, the Four of Pentacles. You don't really know why you're holding on to it. You've already kind of showed me that. Okay. But you seem to still have passion for it. Hope, specifically here in this context. Enthusiasm. That you'd still have energy for it no matter what went down or the time or the space. Your attitude or energy towards it hasn't changed, but that's kind of low-key, secretly, why we hold on to it, is that we still have hope, enthusiasm, or passion towards it. You're still convinced you can give some quality energy to this, no matter what time or space separates you from it. You know? I think you're showing me a trigger to an abandonment wound, you being left, somehow deepened your attachment, as opposed to understand how it was meant to be a freeing element. It wasn't supposed to be in your life. Okay. And that's going to come from a deep place in us. It's like, well, because it abandoned me, I'm going to continue to love it, or I'm going to continue to have good energy for it, and I will be here indefinitely. ... Okay. So that's something to think about. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or how to live your life. I point out the cards. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's a proof of choice, not the absence of it. Okay? It's either your reading or it's not. And if it's not, check your other placements. Or don't. Okay? It's very distinct. It's funny because I saw that Five of Pentacles and I immediately went to holding on. And there it was with the Four of Pentacles under the moon. You don't see it. You don't see it. And for some reason, your abandonment wound fixated on this particular Five of Pentacles. I'm sure Five of Pentacles for some of you have come and gone, and you've gotten over it or you've done well with it. But on this particular one, it triggered just the right level of abandonment wound for you. Because how you treat yourself on this subject shows me a lot. Okay. About what holding on to this has cost you. Particularly how you perceive yourself. So I can understand that you still have enthusiasm for it, hope for it, even passion for it. You know, so you admitting to me, well, I'm just holding on to it. Yeah, I admit that. Let's go deeper with that. Why? Where's that coming from? And how is this proof that you love yourself by holding on to it so adamantly with so little insight? Something to think about, honey. Something to think about. Okay? That's what I do. I point shit out and piss people off. That should be my tagline. Instead of real tarot, real life, it should be I point things out and piss people off. Honestly, I should make that t-shirt. Put in the comments below if that's something that you'd be into. I point things out and piss people off. Trademark Sassy Scorpion Tarot, Christina. I swear to God, that's just really what it amounts to. It feels like that some days when my Nine of Cups negative slides into the negative. Sometimes it feels like that, you know, but that's what it is to be open to the public and to receive that kind of feedback. I mean, you point things out, you do piss people off, and they want you to know, you know. But I love myself more. I know I'm not supposed to take it personally. I know where it comes from. But there's some days, you know, honey, I struggle with it too. All right? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Queen of Swords. Yeah. The Lovebirds, it was a strong connection. Yeah, I got you. Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. There's a lot of worry here about a new beginning. Will there ever be a new beginning? That's part of what we hope for. The Knight of Wands is very distinct in this respect. It's not just passion, guys. We have to remember fire equals hope. Fire equals vitality. Fire equals optimism. Okay? It means all those things. And we stress a great deal. Nine of Swords, this idea of a new beginning with a strong connection is not coming across as being verified or valid. And we think about that a lot, you know? So you think about that too. Is a new beginning with a lover, is that feasible? Or is that one of the things that stresses you out, you know? There it is. Okay, there's someone else here whom we are very... There it is again. There it is again. That passionate streak. That was a little haughty, huh? Opening up, King of Swords. Whoever represents that spike in you that says passion, okay? That spike in you that says vitality, energy, drive. We need to look at our emotions for that person more deeply. All I'm getting from that is a passionate, fiery front, not necessarily a strong lover's connection. And yet, one of the things that provokes your fears the most is the idea of having a new beginning with them. Or a new opportunity with them. Realistically, we need to look at our emotional availability towards this, or their emotional availability towards this. Not just the fiery reaction. I can say that they're a little haughty. Okay. But that's all I saw for them. A brief flashes of fire. You're clearly connected to this idea of something more and that you're willing to wait for it and hold on to it. So let's have a deeper conversation then about emotional availability towards this and remaining open towards it, and they, your last impression of them. Were they truly open towards you? Okay. Something to think about. Literally, you had two of the big thought cards there, the King and Queen of Swords. And they might do in time, but I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you about the process that's currently causing you conflict. Okay? Okay, courthouse, decisions, documents, thoughts. That's what I'm saying. There it is. Approach your thoughts with a more logistical point of view, a more rational point of view. Okay. Go with what you know, not what you imagine, is the point. The fox, the cleverness. 14, journey. Oh, yeah. Clever. Kind of sneak away from these things. Jack. Some of you sneak away from these things. 14, very clever, I'm sure. You have a way of putting distance between your thoughts and your fantasies. And frankly, some of you are due for a journey. FYI, confirmation for some of you. 14 and 10. Some of you are thinking about a journey to where they are. I would put a pin in that until we think about this further. Okay? How can I do it? The fox is clever, trying to work this out. How can I journey to where they are? I would just put a little more distance between yourself and that thought. Okay? All right. If it comes back in time, then it comes back in time. We don't have to contrive anything or try to force it to put together. Okay? That's all. We have medallions of Aquarius as well as Sagittarius. Okay, you might have any of those placements in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the wise owl in reverse. Not a lot of thought in this one. We're not thinking about this enough, logically or rationally. Okay, we're leaning more into the component of what if and the thoughts of what if, as opposed to logically looking at this. Okay, the letter V, and we have the great white shark in reverse and upside down. It's best not to pursue this right now. Okay. Remember, if you're going to pursue something, you really need to know that it's coming from a good place in you. All right? Some things are worth pursuing, others are not. So they really want you to think about the openness of emotional availability with yourself towards this, honestly, and them towards you. But in the meantime, perhaps don't pursue this, especially if you're thinking about how you can put together a journey or perhaps an excuse to go see them, whatever that is. Just putting that out there. For the Capricorn who needs to hear it, it's probably not you, but just in case. Okay, Gabby, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Scorpio, please. My girl's checked out. I see it gone. What's going on? I guess just had a good birthday. Show me Scorpio, please. Show me Scorpio. Show me Scorpio. What's going on? Show me Scorpio, please. And one more. Let's see Scorpio, please. Very good. Eight of Wands, Death, Page of Swords. Okay, Strength, Seven of Wands, Page of Cups. Okay, the decision stands. Why am I saying this? All right, let's keep Devil, Ace of Cups. I've seen this for you. I'm this close to redoing it right now. I'm this close. I'm not seeing any new information here. I seen it. I've seen it. I think on your last check-in for yours and theirs. Now, granted, I believe your in-depths have been different, but the check-in was you called it quits on something. When I don't know. I just say it's done. You called it quits on communication, action, and/or intent towards a situation, place, circumstance, and/or person. And yet, the activity remains that someone's still looking at you, despite your lack of bare minimum communication. Eight of Wands, Death, Page of Swords. A little bit of insight. Not just looking. It's passive in this respect. You finalize the activity, specifically communication. And yet, someone keeps their eye on you, and it has not been resolved. And this is what happens when we don't resolve our, you know what I'm saying? It just gets bigger. So, Strength, Seven of Wands, Page of Cups. You know, you're showing me strength of will to enforce a law, to enforce the boundaries, to enforce something. But it seems to be coming from a good place in you, Page of Cups. It's like, yeah, I'm blocking, but I mean well. You know, that's it. That's all I got. You know, it's a lot of strength of will to enforce a decision, but it's also saying, I mean well. I hope you understand. It's coming from a good place. It's coming from a good place in my heart. This is something I feel I have to do, however you want to do it. Okay? But you make your intentions known. Okay. I'm trying not to breathe into the mic. If people ask me, can you please speak up? I don't like doing, I don't. I like my vocals right where they are. I don't like speaking loudly, which is weird because when I have one of my flares, that's just like I'm loud and I'm obnoxious and I'm laughing. Sometimes it's for dramatic effect, but no, I don't want to speak any louder, and neither do you. Okay. So no, it just, whatever this is represents, this is what I'm not doing. I'm enforcing it, and I'm sorry, but it's coming from a good place in me. And I have one page that's not you looking at your lack of action and or communication. Okay. And then we have the Devil, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups. Oh my. So I'm saying here, again, I want to reference your last Sunday check-in from the first. The sense of possessive quality around the heart space, it's mine. It's mine. I don't even, was this the same deck? I think it wasn't the same. No. It was the other one. It was another deck. And here it is again. There might have been an Emperor involved, but the Devil, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, someone's really sitting on their feelings, and those feelings are large, very. And it's a little possessive of the feeling. It's a little possessive of the heart. Those are my feelings. That's my cup. That's my in love. That's my something. It's mine. It is a little possessive. You're saying, you know, this is where I'm at. I hope you understand. And someone's saying that big, fat, juicy heart's mine. And Ace of Cups is our master symbol. So here's the thing. I believe that they feel this. I really do. I believe that they feel this. Nine of Cups is a personal sense of wish fulfillment. And I just got done discussing, I think, with Capricorn, how that's either a good reflection of us or a poor reflection of us. I don't think that them feeling possessive of the heart is a good thing. No, it's not a healthy thing. What it really represents here, though, is how it's yet to be resolved. It's yet to be resolved for somebody. And now it's out of control. So the weight that sits upon someone's heart, specifically like their chest, you know, that I'm actually sympathetic. I am, because it's just so much to carry. But what detracts from it is that sense of it's mine, and it's not going to go anywhere until somebody puts more work into this. And, you know, for that person who feels like they've been blocked by Scorpio, or Scorpio said, I would tell you, you don't need Scorpio to do this. You're like, no, but that's where my love is. They have to work it out with me. Clearly, no, that's not the case. You have to work it out with you first. It could be the other way around. Take it as it resonates at this point. There's clearly two energies in here. You have to work through it first. You have to. And if somebody has done the work, and if they've really done the work, and it still means the same thing to convey some level of communication, an indication of healing, then if that person comes forward, there will indeed be evidence to change. And therefore, the lines of communication might reopen. But until someone here does the work and works through this possessive knot in their heart, that love is mine and I need it, they're not going to be in a position to communicate clearly anyway. So this Scorpio then, or whomever, will just reinforce their main point. Denied. Okay, it's going to go like this. When people have made strides in their devil and their energies, sometimes they don't even need to reapproach it. But if somebody's done the work and they understand communication or reapproaching it or trying to heal in some way is still the right thing to do, then it shows. The energy shifts, they change, and therefore the actions shift and change. But just saying I have really intense feelings, why isn't that enough? I don't even know that that's said. It's more like a byproduct, I think, or realizing the intensity. That's what I'm trying to say. Realizing the intensity of one's feelings after things had been shut down. Most likely, this is the result of everything that should have been said and expressed prior to this moment. Because you have a very distinct, it's off. We're not talking anymore. We're not doing something anymore. And what have we been doing since? Watching and not doing much. I'm going to go ahead and take a guess that we've had this build up like a dam that was well built. All that should have been said. This is what I tell people all the time about paying the interest. You pay the interest at the end of the day for everything you do and don't do. So if this magnitude of feeling was here prior to the shutdown, this is the result of not expressing it. Or feeling it, or allowing yourself to feel it, allowing it to share that feeling with you, and then that icky, sticky sense of possessiveness wouldn't be there. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm leaning towards. You're showing me a strength of will. I'm sorry, this is how it must be. And that's the only attitude I really have for you. Let's get some advice. Attitude. It's the only energy I got from you, really. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Right there on the split. Tell you what, that's one stubborn individual right there. The devil, the Four of Pentacles. Gosh. If it's toxic, it's toxic. Okay, it is what it is. If it's toxic, then that's it. End of story. If it's bad, it's bad. All you showed me that it was neither bad nor good, you just shut down communication. And then everything else after that says this wall must stand. But I mean so with good heart. That's it. I'm telling you, this possessive, toxic feeling was born because of what didn't take place prior to the shutdown. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's a pressure cooker right there. I've seen it 1,000 times. It builds and it builds and it builds after the trigger of an ending or after the trigger. You see what I'm saying? Do I want resolve for this person? Absolutely. Do they need to do a little bit more with themselves first? Yes. Oh no, there's that heart space right there. That's what we're holding on to. Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, Page of Cups. You love this person. I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about you. You love this person. That's why you're saying I'm blocking you. I mean well, because I love you. Okay. I was supposed to see that. And then the Four of Pentacles, and that's what I've been holding on to. They know you love them. That was very distinct. Very. You should know by now, my point is, if this is you. Let's get some advice, please. Ace of Swords, Truth. Eight of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Yeah. Commit to working through this. It's for somebody. Ace of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Commit to working through this. Commit to working through the truth. And there resides the answer. That's all I have. Commit to working through the truth. It's in there. This person is somebody's... There's so much spiritual attachment to this person. Those two, honestly, aren't that far apart. A lot of things about not really known energies in tarot, the Hierophant and Devil, aren't that far apart. They can both be equally adamant in their correctness. You know? All energies have pros and cons. Nature has balances, black and white. What we don't do, we see the other side of it eventually. Aces, somebody's got to commit to working through the truth. That's all I got. Heal. All the earth is here now. And heal. I said it begins with the self and so it remains. And then if it's right to open up, the energies will shift, flow, and change in accordance to that. Oh, boy. Okay. That was a ride, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Okay. Very distinct, though. Very distinct. Oh, yes. Sudden wealth, number 11. Fortuitous opportunity in this respect. 777, confirmation for some of you. Also, number 11. The wealth suddenly hitting jackpot. The realization we finally dialed to 10. Something that suggests you. They hit the jackpot with you. The sarcophagus, sarcophagi, Egyptian. You hit the jackpot? You are the jackpot? Or you transform that you touch? I don't know. I can read that so many ways. There's not enough here. I don't, okay. Lucky, wealthy. Somebody associates you with wealth and opportunity. Okay. That everything you touch turns to gold, or you can transform things or change things. I mean, that's kind of what we do. We hit the jackpot. Scorpio has it all. Lover's energy at the bottom. 11, 8, and 13. Good opportunities at the right time. You have it all. The Book of Wisdom, and you're smart. Somebody who's smart has it all, or they dialed to 10 for themselves. Transforming, changing, creating opportunity and wealth, so on and so forth. In the Book of Wisdom, someone who's very smart. Okay, that's enough. People are going to say, favoritism, you're giving Scorpio too much time. Well, it may be, but there's only so much I can do here anyway, because this person's deeply, heavily connected, but I'm trying to say the word scarred to the heart with you in some way, and I am sympathetic. I am. But that's why this advice remains. It was pretty much what I had said as well. We have to commit to healing to our particular truth first, and then we'll know what to do in regards to healing, instead of it just sitting there. Instead of it sitting there like a really bad case of heartburn we can't get rid of, or sadness, or anger, or pissy offness, that kind of thing. All right. We have the Medina of Virgo. All the earth is here today. The camel, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and then the conservation of one's feelings. To conserve one's feelings has a price. Okay? We have to know when to share them. We have to know when to carry them. Here we have the Medina of Pisces, specifically the masculine energy of Pisces, in that respect of keeping the emotions close to the self in the form of self-protection, self-interest, but it feels so delicate and fragile. Somebody feels the need to really conserve their emotional self, and that's what I'm telling you led up to this. Okay. Spatula, confirmation someone likes to cook, their profession, their hobby. Perhaps you're cooking right now. They anchor a couple things on that. Stuckness or emotional stability. Cats in reverse, someone's not listening to themselves intuitively. Okay. Scorpio, honey, according to you, or from that person's perspective, there's so much influence here today without there being a word. Literally. Apparently what you touch turns to gold. You make things happen. You create opportunities. Much is attached to you. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'm not saying you're all that, but through someone else's energetic eyes, you are. You're the jackpot. I'm not trying to build you up. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. That's what's up here today. You know me. I'll be like this any day. It's not what I saw here. You made yourself clear, and you continue to make yourself clear. I had nothing else to do but default to the outside energy. As you see, hopefully for yourself. Okay, honey, I hope this helps you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Pisces, please. What's up? What's going on? Show me Pisces, please. Show me Pisces. Alrighty, Ruth. Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Strength, and the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Okay. A couple thoughts here. One thing for you seems to be clear. There's a crystal clear notion attached to you. One is less defined. You're kind of working through both. Your particular knight is here with the Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, which again, of course, is your actual court card, and the Three of Swords. You're thinking about investing your emotions to move forward, but you're not sure. You're showing me fear surrounding that concept, expressing yourself specifically. So the knights are responsible for moving our energies outside of us, some thoughts, feelings, behaviors. Sometimes I see them coming towards the collective or who I'm reading for, but more often than not, it's ourselves going outward. And I see you investing in your emotional expression going outwards, but there's some fear around that, the Three of Swords. Now, how large that is entirely depends upon you. We're a little hesitant. I see you holding off on that thought. It's kind of like, for now, ... I jump on down here, but one thing is magnificently clear to you, and that's the Ace of Pentacles, Strength, and the Knights of Pentacles. You're showing me something in the real world that you have in the works and that you've been having in the works. And you're happy to see that it's coming to a conclusion or you're on the verge of it. So a brand new opportunity, perhaps congratulations in order for those of you who have been pursuing new work opportunities and or careers. You had to put a lot of strength of will into it to pursue it, to line up for it. And it took a lot of careful, methodical planning. So this is where you use strength to pull towards you instead of away. So you went like this, but it took a lot. Right? And it's coming towards you. You're on that particular road. You know that. You can see it. Cool. I love that. Congratulations. Good job. May that serve you well. Now back to the emotional component where you're not so certain about the investment. And that's a little guy, the Page of Pentacles. That's a little investment. But you're like, I don't know about that. Three of Swords. There's fear around this subject. Well, Five of Wands, Six of Cups, Page of Wands. Expect more resistance, I believe, from yourself on this subject at first. Because then I see you open up towards it again. Whenever you come back around to this subject, and it looks like you've come back around to this subject a couple of times, you've thought about putting yourself out there. You thought about expressing yourself, and you're like, let's concentrate on this. And you have reason to. There's a real valid reason to. You have a strong new opportunity attached to you that you've worked so hard for. So I can see where you've had ample opportunity to put this off. Some sort of emotional expression that while it causes you fear, you'd like to. Okay? And then I jump on down here, Five of Wands, Six of Cups, Page of Wands. There is this sense of fear and nervousness around tension or argument with a soul bond, Six of Cups, whomever that is to you. And you're afraid. You're afraid of argument, backlash, and I think this is one of the things that's enhancing your sense of Three of Swords, or that feeling of I don't know, is that you experience, or you anticipate, I should say. Fire here is anticipatory in this respect. Conflict. Will it cause conflict? Will there be conflict? Oh my God. Around the soul bond, the Page of Wands. And then just when I think you shut it down again, you're like, I can open up towards it. Just a little bit of nerve. A little bit of nerve can go a long way. Correct. A little bit of Page of Pentacles can often go a long way. Point is, it's going to come down to you and understanding that this is what you want to do. I know that you value your emotions a great deal, particularly your sense of vulnerability. Okay. So you got to ask yourself, this Page of Pentacles and how you would invest yourself, this little bit of nerve, is that what you want to do? Because they have to be big enough and bold enough to overcome that sense of fear. And for whatever reason you anticipate frustration, argument, rejection, a battle, well, I don't know why. Possibly just a heightened sense of fear of rejection. Given the Three of Swords that precedes it, kind of makes sense. And I understand it is, there's something here that represents a soul bond you have yet to meet, or one that you haven't engaged with in a long time, because the Six of Cups is in future orientation. I just don't know where exactly. So it could be someone whom you know, or someone you've yet to meet, well, in that way. Obviously, you know who they are. But perhaps not like that yet. That might be why you have such a heightened sense of fear surrounding it. Getting in contact with it, deepening it, getting the thing going, if you will. So just when I think you're going to bow out and you're like, nah, let's not do that right now. You're like, but maybe I could though. So I still don't know what you're going to do. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. So I can see where you can continue to put it off or take the risk, open up, express yourself. Consequences be damned. Okay? Let's get some advice for you and perhaps we'll see a little bit more. But once more, congratulations on that opportunity, whichever it is. I can tell that you've been working towards it for some time. Let's get some advice, please, for Pisces. Let's get some advice, please, for Pisces. Seven of Swords, the Devil. Don't let those thoughts creep up on you, right? Don't let them overtake you. I saw that for somebody else. It was in that respect of I'm not going to allow my fears to override my actions and decision-making and communication. I want to say it was Aries, but and it was a different deck. I want to say it was Aries, but I'm not sure. You could do the same then. Oh my God, you had the same. It was, oh wow. Devil, Seven of Swords, Two of Wands. Yeah, somebody got that same combination. I'll be darned. I'll be darned. And it was in the gold deck bottom row. I think it was a fire sign. Yeah, guys, it's one of the benefits using multiple decks. You get to see stuff like this. Anyway, if you have Aries in your chart, I want to say it was Aries ? Check theirs out. But yeah, we decided to not allow our fears. You're trying to avoid that which kicks off your fears. And here we have the active sense of communication, decision-making, and trying to be more present. Okay, I know it's a bit of a struggle. I get that. But I'm happy to see that you are not leaning into those thoughts that can really get you caught up and get you in a place of stuckness. We're trying not to do that. We're trying to remain present and open. So let's hear advice here. Remain present and open. Try not to let your fears take over your mind. Try to ignore them at first, and then it might get easier after that. Okay? Ignoring doesn't work long. Avoidance doesn't work very long. The point is, if all you need now is a little bit of help, get the thing going, show a little bit of nerve, and then when you start to engage with it, try to ignore those thoughts. It'll get easier, okay? But ignoring is not a long-term solution, but it can have short-term benefits, yes. Just to be clear on that. Okay. Oh, the man who bears the rose. This is one who's open to romantic notion, yes. Number 28. We are inclined towards someone, yes. We are. Number 28. We're inclined towards someone. Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah. And there's that strength of will. We can use that strength. Like I said, here's where I see you pulling something towards you because you've been working so hard for it. And with this other situation, you don't know if you can do the same. So you have to have that strength of the polar bear here. Okay. Kind of cool down those nerves. All right. Oh my goodness, some of you are double, just such strong masculine energy. They're both the same. Oh my goodness. Wow. So in this deck, it's interesting that they made a choice to do this. This is Lenormand. So this is a combination of Lenormand and Kipper. So Lenormand did this twice. They also have this same concept with the feminine energy as well. I think it's 229s. One represents the masculine, older, wiser, more mature. The other one, the younger. They make you feel... They make you feel the same twice over. You know, you might be someone who is older, but they make you feel like a young man or whatever. You know what I mean? Gosh, that's so strong. Very strong sense of male romantic attachment, love attachment energy, sexual attachment energy is really strong. It's almost like you're saying, I feel today that I did then. I don't know if it's that stretched out. But it seems to be more provoking now. A little bit. Yeah. 28, by the way, for some of you. Might be, you know, again, a little bit of nerve can go a long way. Wishing well caught my attention. We're going to have to really focus then on staying present and try not to lean into those devil thoughts. Get the thing going. Hopefully it starts to smooth out. Just make sure that you know you want to. Okay? Anything else in here? All right. Oh, we have the medallion of Cancer. Some of you might have some very prominent Cancer in your chart. Of course, check those out and you could be connecting. We also have the sign of Scorpio, snowflake, time of winter, and then also transformation, feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, light as a feather. Some of you just simply see a feather. The medallion of Aries. If you have Aries in your chart, perhaps check theirs out. Dragon. All right. And then we have the zombie upright. Currently, we feel we're stuck, not able to make motion or move. We want to get out of that feeling, obviously, because we have some very strong feelings here with the Eiffel Tower. The height of romanticism, the idealism of it, but it also built in reality. So it's possible, in other words. All those big, strong, masculine feelings, they can be put to use to build something, obviously. Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Cancer, please. What is going on for Cancer? Show me Cancer. Yeah, one more. Let's do one more, please. Alrighty. Five of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Ace of Wands. Interesting. Three of Wands, Six of Wands, Eight of Swords. The Fool. The Hermit. Okay, the Nine of Wands. Okay, we got a lot of back and forth here, guys. I think you can see it for yourself. I have negative components, positive components, and then it just continues on that way. Positive, negative, positive, negative. You're struggling with something. There's something here. It's looking like you're trying to amp yourself up towards, and it's like, I don't know if I can put my faith in that direction. That you want to. You're trying to. Your energy is ramping up for something that says, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And then it kind of backs down a little bit. So here we have the Five of Pentacles. You're looking at it with the Two of Wands. Some sort of breakage here that you are familiar with. It doesn't look too fresh. It's enough away from you that you can look at it. Okay. And then you're showing me Ace of Wands. You know, should I have a brand new beginning or should I put some energy towards this? The way you're staring back at that Five of Pentacles suggests maybe I can show this some hope. Maybe I can show this some enthusiasm. I don't know. I want to try. I want to remain open to the idea. Perhaps you're trying to see the best in a situation that's difficult, you know? Reality, work, relationship. But you're still showing me rising energy towards a difficult concept. But it's like you can't quite convince yourself, and I don't want you to. If you're ever in that position, okay, where you have to talk yourself into or out of something, it's best to stop. Because then we leave too much room for self-doubt. And then whatever it is we choose ultimately will not be the best reflection in terms of how it's being met in reality. So that's why if we're going to do something, we need to know that we're going to do it, that it's right for us, that it feels right, that it is right, this kind of thing. So while I respect the fact that you're looking at a difficult situation and you wonder if you can put something into it, hope, enthusiasm, light, passion maybe, it's up to you. You don't know and you're not convinced. And if that's the case, we still got some work to do. Three of Wands, Six of Wands, Eight of Swords. It's even you're like, I need to wait till I feel better. And I agree. I absolutely, completely agree with that. In that respect of what I just told you, it's not best to force yourself to move in any particular direction. You really have to know. And you're like, samesies, I get it, I agree. Three of Wands, Six of Wands, Eight of Swords. You're saying you can't, if you did something now, and by now, whatever that means to you, the next hour, the next 2 days, I don't know. Because most of the energy is up front now, happening now. But you're kind of saying, I need to wait because I can't reasonably see myself feeling good about an outcome right now. Okay, I can see to that. The Fool, the Hermit, the Nine of Wands. So here we have another frustrating element of possibly holding ourselves back. However, the combination power of the Fool and the Hermit is actually quite larger than that Nine of Wands. So that's interesting. Now that you're showing me more confidence and rising to this, or rising to the occasion, whatever it is, that's when you actually put up the most resistance. And that's typically how things work when we're this close to understanding ourselves, what it is we're trying to do, that's when that last-ditch effort comes in and tries to hold us back again. So I have an idea of what it is you'd like to do. You'd like to blast open with the Fool. But he gets scaled back quite a bit with the Hermit. So there is the authentic spirit trying to open up, take a risk on authentic healing. Beautiful, authentic healing, the kind that I trust above all with the Hermit. And then the Nine of Wands, that's when the real resistance kicks in. It's like when you're this close to doing it and you know you want to do it, I swear to goodness, that's when the most resistance kicks in. Of course it does. Oh no. There is a part of you, a huge part of you, that inherently feels this need to pull back and stay put. Towards the end here, what I'm seeing is that you are more prepared and ready to meet this decision than you're able to necessarily see, because there's this part of you that's so used to kicking back, no. But the bigger parts here that I trust are actually a little bit more prepared to lead the way. Okay, so Nine of Wands, exhaustion, yes. Wounded warrior, Called that because of chronic behavior. We won't stop doing the same thing over and over again. I know that you are so close to doing this, which I think is the real you talking, finally having made up your spirit, if you will, made up your mind, made up your emotion. That's when that donkey brays the loudest. Now, once more, I'm not calling you a donkey. I'm saying donkeys bray. And that's when they're the most resistant. That's when they're the most stubborn, is when they understand something's happening and they don't want it to. That's when they're the loudest, not when they're the quietest. So you have a particular donkey in you that's kicking back right when you're this close. It's like, no. Right? I think what you experienced here was very much in proportion to what I'm seeing. There is something that happened, some sort of break, and it's known to you at this point. It's not a surprise. And it's far enough from you that you can contemplate it, and spiritually you're showing me you'd like to be present for it in some way that suggests hope, renewal, energy, something. And then you're like, no, until I can see and feel more confident about the results, no. I actually agree with that. When you're at your most prepared, your highest factor for resistance kicks in. I don't know if it's because this is what you're used to doing in your process, or it's because this means so much to you now that you feel at some point in the future that this is the best course of action. But there's that last lone soldier, that last lone donkey who's like, digging in the heels in the last minute. If what I'm saying here is correct, the Hermit will turn his back on this and say, you know what, we're going out the door. You can come with us, but I'd rather you stay home. So, while there is a lot of back and forth here, to your credit, you try to keep it in the zone, in the immediate, instead of going back to the past and pulling up a bunch of old baggage and issues to work through it. You are, to your credit, keeping your energy focused in present day to help you solve this, and I actually agree with you. So this is good. This is good. But tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I just want you to know these kind of energies suggest readiness, at least at the spiritual level, even if you're physically used to resisting. Okay? All right. Let's get some advice, please. I know. Whatever it is, I'm terribly curious about it. You know, if you're so inclined, feel free to share. All right. Let's get some advice, please. Now, it could be, granted, some of you had a break here and you want to know if you're ready for a new beginning. The answer is still yes, but you have to be comfortable with that answer. For others of you, I see you actively trying to understand and to reapproach an old issue, to be honest with you. But yes, there's enough new beginning energy here to justify that. It's just, this looks results oriented. I keep coming back to the contemplation of that break and how you actively contemplate it to this day. It suggests this energy is intended for this. Let's get some advice, please. But hey, take it as it resonates, you know? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Ace of Cups. The Star. Oh, yeah. Five of Swords. Yeah, there it is. Solution. Queen of Cups. Okay. Ace of Cups, the Star, Five of Swords, the Hierophant, Queen of Cups. Do not leave any room for self-sabotage. Okay. There's a strong sense here of knowing one's feelings, and they're very much tied to the Star. We know our feelings here. It's a high-level desire, okay? But to your credit, once more, you're keeping it present-focused, which I respect that. If we really want this, we cannot afford to self-sabotage. We have to commit the Hierophant with the Queen of Cups to what's in our heart, okay? If this is truly what you feel, and it seems to be what it is, we cannot afford self-sabotage. We have to know this. We can't talk ourselves into it. We can't talk ourselves out of it. That's a classic form of self-sabotage. It's easier related that way. You know? We have to commit to the feeling. And don't try to talk yourself into it or out of it. It is either felt or it isn't. Otherwise, regardless if this is a new beginning or reapproaching an old break, it is all for naught if we can't be honest with ourselves, you know? That's some powerful energies in there. And on the surface, you're like, I'm trying to approach this in terms of feeling right and confidence. And is this correct? When we get some advice there, it actually runs pretty deep. I want you to allow yourself to rise into the correctness. And by that, the correctness, I mean, is this right for you? Because you need to be able to take ownership of it. You know? Fixed in love, brought back together in love, repairs through love, however you want to put it. Right now, all I see is a proposition of healing that we have to be open towards. But there's a lot of experience behind it. And a willingness to trigger it. My. That's quite a bit in there. I don't know that we need a timeline. I haven't been doing them for everybody. It's just kind of as it makes sense. But I think we will. I see, there's that harshness. There's that harshness. The bullwhip. Bullwhip. Some of you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. It's a bullwhip. Discipline. Discipline. Right there. Especially if you're used to physical discipline, driving yourself very hard. I saw that. Here's the spiritual readiness. Here's the spirit. This should triumph over that, but some of you are so disciplined, so regulated to discipline and driving yourself and driving yourself and driving yourself. It's almost like a reflexive twitch for some of you. Stop. Don't go that direction. Even if it's your highest self talking. Don't. Safety, caution. Isn't even so harsh on yourself. Number 11. Maybe. Magical thinking. 13. This has been with you. And even though it's magical thinking, this child is contemplating the next move. A game. Trying to figure things out. The difference between imagination and reality. What's real and what's not. What's possible and what's fantasy once more. Number 13. On the distant horizon. I know. I saw that right here. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do a time check for you guys. And the wishing well. Wish, wish, wish. Maybe one day I'll be ready for this wish or it'll come true. I think you actually do know what you want quite a bit. What I'm seeing here is a reflexive twitch to hold back and be hard on yourself. Okay. But that's something for you, this particular Cancer, to discover. And Cancer may not be your dominant. Okay. It may or may not resonate. That's it. You hear the identifier, you don't, right? What's going on? On a Wednesday. Yeah. What about a Wednesday? I just want to get cards like that on a rainy day on a Wednesday. Okay. That'll explain it then. Well, and by that I mean you're keeping it to the immediate. So you've had some influence then, perhaps on a rainy day, on a Wednesday specifically, that kept you more in the present moment, didn't it? That would explain why you're looking at an old structure from a present day point of view. Some of you had the advantage of some very recent energy influence or factual information that put you into contemplation of these things. You have to ask yourself, what the heck happened last Wednesday? Or this upcoming Wednesday, maybe it's yet to be. Some of you, it was a rainy day. Something occurred to you. You had some insight that made you readdress this old project, whatever it is. Okay. And then within a month was in reverse. Yeah, within a month. Okay, within a month. As I say, it's rising into something, honey. And it looked like the point of reference was Virgo season. But since we're in Virgo season, we're about to exit it. I was going to say it can't be that close. Well, apparently it is. What I'm seeing for you are new thoughts and feelings on an old subject. And you had some influence not too long ago. How interesting. Look at that. Look at that. The letter R, and we have the medallion of Aquarius. You might have some strong Aquarius in your chart, could be connecting to one. We have the medallion of Capricorn, but within the reverse, the key word here being ambitious. You actually have the great white shark in the upright. This might be something you are very inclined to pursue. Also Scorpio energy, of course. And then we have the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, always on the go, always busy. No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Yeah, I think you want to put some good energy into pursuing this. I do. I do. Why the timing is right, why the influence changed, what got you thinking this past week or so, I don't know. But it represents an inroad. Waiting till we feel more confident. It ain't that far out, though. It is not that far out. Okay? Okay, anyway. You know what's interesting? Now I'm saying these, and it's weird. I'm thinking about your last in-depth for the 3-month. And I did Scorpios, and I definitely compared your twos. I had good reason to. I don't remember the specific details of it, but I had good reason to compare and contrast your twos. You had a positive outcome. Beautiful, glorious, positive. I was so pleased. Scorpios didn't, but they had the potential to. And do you want to know what so I strongly suggest, if we have some Scorpio here today, we have a lot of folks here today. We have Taurus, we got Virgo, we got Aquarius, Capricorn, okay. But you know what made the difference between what, from my perception, was your positive outcome versus theirs that fell flat? Was the willingness for someone to own their feelings. I feel like this check-in is a prequel to what I saw. And it really does hang on the balance of not self-sabotaging. Not pulling back. And for reference, Scorpios, you know, whomever was in there with them, because of their inability, they could talk factually and information, and it was a lovely, polite exchange, but because of the inability to express emotions, the whole thing got shut down. And yours, someone was willing to open up and therefore had a positive outcome. Anyway, you're showing me positive claimant on what's important to you. And it makes all the difference, guys. It makes all the difference between holding ourselves back and moving ourselves forward. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. That's what I do, honey. Sometimes I go on and on. Okay, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Yeah, take care. Be well.